Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Weekdays at 4 on Fox 18.
It's for everyone! Yay!
Major League Baseball Productions presents This Week in Baseball, the show that goes beyond the game.
Let's go to work, come on.
Swung at it, belted!
Oh, I got it!
This one is over.
There's a revolution taking place in Texas.
He got him! His first Major League complete game. 3-hit shutout.
You see, the Rangers have mostly been known for one thing: offense.
Hamilton clocks another one. Got it again!
But this year, the team made a fundamental change in its, well, fundamentals.
Andrews behind the bat. Got him! Pitching and defense carrying the Texas Rangers.
Rangers starters were more effective this year, thanks to a living legend who brought his old-school approach back to a modern game.
We were going to ask more out of our pitchers so they're capable of completing the game.
In just a bit, we'll show you how Ryan's hope became a reality with this year's staff. But first, the 2009 Rangers, a playoff contender since May.
Now, here's a little story I've got to tell.
What I saw in spring training was growth.
Nice hands.
I saw guys believe in their abilities just to go out there and play the game according to the way the game is presented to you.
That kind of maturity convinced Washington that his team was ready for the lessons Ron learned during his time with the A's.
In Oakland, we never had offense, but what we did have was pitching and defense, and we were successful.
20 consecutive victories for the Oakland Athletics.
I've seen what pitching and defense can do for you daily, and the guys bought into it. We will put runs on the board. We just got to catch the ball, and we're a year older. We expect to play defense.
Let's go.
Which they did, right out of the gate.
Backhand throws on a hop to first. He got him! Marlon Byrd, a spectacular play.
Caught by Davis. Wow. Everybody's in on it tonight.
Slippy.
The left side of the infield got better when Gold Glove shortstop Michael Young moved to third, so rookie Elvis Andrews could showcase his range up the middle.
Near short, Andrews behind the bag. Spinning. Got it!
We knew Elvis Andrews could catch the ball.
He got it! He got that baseball!
Michael is tightening up the defense over at third base.
That was a hot smash to the hot corner. Michael Young making that one look easy.
We don't miss anything.
Sick feed, dude. Perfect feed.
When you can put a guy that wins a Gold Glove and you put him at third base, as well as bringing in another guy that could actually win the Gold Glove at shortstop, that whole left side of the infield is like a big fishing net now. And that helps the pitching.
Ah, but better pitching and solid defense were just part of the story for this year's Rangers. Chemistry was also cooking, as we found out when Ian Kinsler took us on a tour.
We got Michael Young getting mobbed by the media as usual. Our daughter right here. We got the old guy at the clubhouse.
Old man.
Old man.
Take care of these guys.
Old man. Give us a little cholo lean. I don't know, buddy. What's going on, buddy?
We have a great checks and balance in our clubhouse.
This Week in Baseball wants to talk to you.
Okay. What's the question?
What's up?
They got each other's back. They care about each other. They're family.
Are you being tour guide right now?
Yeah.
You're so tired.
They just go out there every day and they never quit.
Walk-off! Davis! Ball game! Too bad these guys aren't having fun, you know?
The Rangers had all the ingredients for a postseason run. But unfortunately, crippling injuries to both Young and Josh Hamilton took their toll. Still, the Rangers will finish over 500 for just the second time in the last 10 years. And most importantly, both the elements and attitude are firmly in place.
We're learning.
We're pressing a little bit to get it going. Right. You know what I mean?
We're able to go out there and we're able to compete.
Come on, Skip.
We will have arrived when we can show up every single day and our level of play doesn't go up and it doesn't go down. It's where it's supposed to be.
It is tough not to believe in the Rangers right now.
This Week in Baseball is brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool.
The line between like and love, you crossed it. Let the world know. Put your favorite team logo on your credit card, check card, and checks with MLB Banking. Only from Bank of America.
Fox tomorrow.
Vegas, who's in?
It's good to have friends.
Let's do it! All right, we just got to stop off at my house, grab my black shirt, and get some cash from my mom.
Wear one of your good shirts.
Anything else you want to criticize about me?
Body odor.
The Cleveland Show premieres tomorrow after The Simpsons on Fox.
Historically, offense has been the lifeblood of the Texas Rangers.
They're hitting a ton. A textbook example of what the Rangers are all about.
They win games one way. That's with the bats.
They scored 901 runs last year, the most in the majors, but finished 4 games under 500, in large part because their pitchers allowed 967, also the most in the majors.
And no matter what they do, they just can't seem to consistently pitch.
Last year, Texas ranked last in the league with a 5.37 earned run average. Change was in order.
And if you're going to have any success, and I think any team out there know this to be true, you get it done through the starting pitching.
So after watching the staff struggle for a full season, the team president, who spent a little time on the mound, decided to step in.
This was an offensive ballpark, but our goal is to put as much emphasis on pitching as we did the offensive output of our organization.
When Nolan Ryan talks pitching, people tend to listen. Must have something to do with his body of work.
Strikeout number 5,000 in history for Nolan Ryan. That's it. Number 7 is in the book. Nolan Ryan, his 300th career victory.
Ryan threw more than 200 innings 12 different seasons, and he was determined to bring that work ethic to the Rangers.
Nolan Ryan being from the old school, conditioning was the first thing that came to mind.
No doubt your legs play a big role in pitching, and if you have a leg problem, then it's just, well, you have an arm problem because you can't pitch without your legs being strong.
Nolan Ryan, I tried to bring some of his personal influence, which a lot of that had to do with conditioning.
A couple more months, I'll be ready for Mr. Universe contest.
They told us at the end of the season last year was make sure you come to spring training ready to run, ready to lift more, ready to throw more.
If we were going to ask more out of our pitchers, we had to get them in better condition. We increased their workload considerably in spring training, and then also had them start throwing live batting practice to hitters where they were spending more time on the mound and we weren't just throwing on sides and bullpens.
We threw BP every day. We built up arm strength. And more than anything, Mike Maddox came in and brought in attitude.
Mike was the pitching coach in Milwaukee, where he helped the Brewers staff go from second worst in the league to second best. And he faced the challenge in Texas with a basic philosophy.
I kind of discounted the fact when they said this was a hitter's ballpark. I just think that all we had to do was pitch better.
To complement Ryan's emphasis on conditioning, Mike brought forth a new mental approach, one that de-emphasized the pitch count.
You know, if we put a pitch count on them, we put a limit on it. We put a ceiling on them. Why don't we just lift the ceiling and let them go as long as they can?
Tommy Hunter in uncharted waters now. It's the first time he has gone beyond 7 innings in a major league game.
I think at times, because of pitch counts, they weren't for sure what they were capable of doing.
Feldman over 100 pitches. Looked like he might have been tiring a little bit in the 5th inning, but now has a second wind.
You know, maybe normally, you know, you come out after your 90th or 100 pitch, but if you're pitching well and getting guys out,
struck him out swinging.
They let you out, stay out there and try and get some more guys.
Craftsman-like performance.
I think it's their mindset. I want to finish what I start, and I think that's the way it should be.
Did it work? Well, the Rangers have 7 complete games this year. the most in 12 seasons. And their starters are on pace to pitch the most innings since 2000.
But I think more than anything, it's a confidence deal. Mike talks to us a lot about how, we have to trust our stuff, despite the fact that that's one of the hardest things to do in baseball.
He struck him out swinging on a slider.
The pitching once again has carried the night.
Although the capability was there, the attitude I felt was missing. And that's the one thing that's back now.
Yeah.
Thanks to their improved pitching, Texas owns the 4th best record in the American League. And while it looks like they will miss the playoffs this year, they are certainly better armed for the future. Now it's time for Twibia. Nolan Ryan pitched 300 or more innings twice in his career in 1973 and 74. So we tracked down Dodgers third base coach Larry Boa to see if he knew who was the last pitcher to reach 300 innings in a season. Bert Blyleven, Randy Johnson, Phil Niekro, or Steve Carlton. Larry?
Wow. Carlton.
Yeah, and Larry had the best view in the house when Lefty pitched 304 innings in 1980.
I saw all those innings, too.
Now we salute the teams and players that know how to win on the road as Holiday Inn presents Winning Road Trips.
A 3-run homer for Chipper Jones.
One of the reasons Atlanta's still in the wild card hunt is their recent record away from home.
The Braves have had great road trips, haven't they? And the Braves will complete the sweep.
We didn't know which of the 3,296 Holiday Inn hotels you'd be staying in. So we're refreshing all of them. Holiday Inn, official partner of Major League Baseball road trips.
Sometimes being there means helping you afford everything a true fan needs. That's why State Farm has so many ways to save. So there's more for the little things.
Everything worth listening to is now on Sirius XM. The most commercial-free music. Play-by-play of every major sport. The best in talk, news, and entertainment. Everything you love, everything you want. Plus, new things to discover on over 130 channels. Hear what over 35 million listeners can't get enough of, including Major League Baseball on XM. Hear every team and every game. Plus, our exclusive 24/7 baseball talk channel, Sirius XM.
Gatorade. That's G.
We're in the Big Apple as the Yankees take on the Red Sox. Fox Saturday Baseball today in HD, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific.
Pepsi now presents Fresh Faces. We showed you how Texas President Nolan Ryan stepped in to help improve the pitching staff.
He has been doing that all day.
But the Rangers also made a move behind the plate, trading for Pudge Rodriguez in August, bringing Pudge back to the place he called home his first 12 years in the majors.
The big story tonight is number 7.
Pudge was just 19 when he made his debut, the youngest Ranger ever to catch a major league game, and he became an overnight sensation.
He connected with the fans. All he had to do was look at the fans and smile, and you felt that connection.
He also connected with the bat, winning 6 consecutive Silver Slugger awards.
And that ball is history.
But it was his incredible quickness and cannon of an arm that captured everyone's attention.
He could effectively shut down your running game, and you ran at your own peril.
There's the throw, and look at that gun from Rodriguez.
Behind the play, I like to do everything good, so I want to keep that as my main priority here in the game.
Upstairs, a runner on the move, the throw down, in time, see you later.
Pudge earned 10 Gold Gloves and 10 All-Star nods during his 12 years as a Ranger. But after 2002, he bid farewell to his faithful fans.
It's very nice, I appreciate that for the fans. I know they've been here for a long time, and this is the moment that I'm not going to forget for the rest of my career.
Pudge helped make his new teams contenders and got to experience the kind of moments he won't soon forget.
Florida Marlins are world champions. The Tigers are going to the World Series!
This year, Pudge returned to the state of Texas, but as a Houston Astro, where he achieved a milestone and did so on the Rangers' home turf.
Most games fought by a catcher, 22-26. Tonight, the odometer spins to 22-27 for Pudge.
And then in August, he came back to where it all began. Traded to the Rangers in a move that delighted his loyal following.
The fans love him around here. I think Pudge is probably the best player in the history of our franchise. And to have him back here where the fans can appreciate the work he does, I'm sure it means a lot to Pudge. I know it means a lot to the fans.
Number 7, Pudge Rodriguez.
Everybody gets out of their seats and gives him a nice applause. The fans have a lot of respect for him and shows their appreciation for what he's meant to this organization.
And he gave those fans something to cheer about his first game back.
He is 3 for 3 in his return to Texas. And the welcome back Pudge signs out in force now.
It's one of those things, it's respect. He respected the game for as long as he's played, and, people respect him for that.
Next up, Gillette presents the Rookie of the Month, honoring the top rookies in both the American and National Leagues each month of the season.
Welcome to the big leagues, big guy.
Ever since his call-up in July, Garrett Jones has tested the fences.
A walk-off with his second home run of the game.
Wow.
With another bomb this week, Jones leads all Major League rookies in home runs.
Number 20 for the rookie.
What a start for Jones as a Pirate.
Which brings us to our XM Radio Call of the Week and some late season joy in Miami.
That's why this team has been an absolute joy to watch. Same spot, different result.
This Week in Baseball is brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Basically, it's about symmetry.
I'm good.
Be honest here, man.
Fuck it. I'm good.
My bad. I'm good. I'm the man!
I'm good. Ready? No.
Men can take anything.
I'm good.
Except the taste of Diet Cola. Until now, Pepsi Max, the first Diet Cola for men.
This is good.
We all have confidence. We all have doubt. But when the moment comes, what's gonna win? Here's to confidence.
I've been dreaming, I'm dreaming.
Gillette helps you look, feel, be your best. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Justice has a new voice, and it's saying...
I'm so cold.
And with Seth Rogen...
Strip her up, fireman down.
You'll get action, and plenty of action.
What was that?
Your other hand.
The Simpsons season premiere tomorrow at 8, 7 Central on Fox. 2 1/2 men.
I don't pay you to mock me.
Charlie, you'd have to pay me not to.
Rescuing you from boring television.
It's what I do after I do what I do best.
2.5 Men, every weeknight at 6 on Fox 18.
The Office is branching out, and they're delivering the goods 5 times a week. That's what she said.
The Office.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18.
On the field, Roberto Clemente played baseball with unyielding passion. But off the field, it was his compassion that inspired one of the game's most prestigious awards.
We have an award which we created to recognize the athletes who would make a particular contribution to our game off the field, the Roberto Clemente Award.
Sportsmanship, positive contributions to his team, and community involvement all go into deciding who receives the Roberto Clemente Award, presented by Chevy. Each week, we'll look back at past winners who have done their part to ensure that Clemente's legacy lives on.
Where are you?
Hall of Fame catcher Gary Carter was an 11-time All-Star and a man who played the game with unbridled energy.
The one thing that I pride myself in throughout my career was to play the game hard and hustle all the time. I've always respected the game. I've always been a fan of the game. So I've taken it upon myself in my lifetime to give something back to the game that's given me so much.
So Gary put his effort into fighting leukemia, spurred by a family tragedy that took place when he was still a young boy.
When I lost my mother to leukemia back in 1966, and she was only 37 years of age, and I was just 12, I said that if I could ever do something to give back, I would try to do that. I started working with the Leukemia Society, and through the years now I've raised over $8 million, and I'm very appreciative that I've been in a position where I've been able to do that.
I understand you're on some treatment right now. And how's that going? Yeah. How long you been on? 2 months. 2 months? You feel like you're getting better?
Yeah.
Are you?
Carter was recognized for both his effort on the field and his devotion to helping those off it with the Roberto Clemente Award in 1989.
Roberto Clemente was the eminence of greatness as far as what he did as a humanitarian, what he did on the baseball field, how he played hard every day. To be put in that same category, it was just a tremendous honor. So to be recognized with the Roberto Clemente Award back in 1989 was something very, very special.
Chevy honors the spirit of community by supporting the 2009 Roberto Clemente Award. Cast your vote at Chevy.com/Clemente, and you could win a trip to the World Series.
This one's gonna do it. She is out of here.
Which brings us to our State Farm Big League Blast. It happened in Seattle as the unbelievable Ichiro got the best of the mighty Mariano.
Swung on and belted. Deep to right field. The unbelievable has happened. Fly, fly, fly away.
This Week in Baseball is brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Yo, 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 may your hands always be busy, may your feet always be swift, and may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift, and may your heart always be joyful, and may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you stay forever young. May you stay.
Every generation refreshes the world. Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, I'll be there.
People think that Honda is always the most fuel-efficient choice. Well, the Chevy Cobalt XFE has better highway mileage than a comparable Honda Civic. The all-new Chevy Equinox has better mileage than Honda CR-V, and Chevy Malibu has better mileage than Accord. However, Honda does make something that we just can't compete with. It's self-propelled.
Introducing the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Buy a new Chevy, and if you don't love it, we'll take it back.
Whoa,
Welcome to Taco Bell.
$1.99? 2 half-pounders, please.
To be honest, Mr. Holyfield, even someone your size only needs one.
Yeah, but I'm taking my mama to lunch.
Just one and you're done. Taco Bell's new $1.99 half-pounders. Whoa. Featuring the new Nacho Crunch Burrito. For just $1.99, you get double the seasoned beef and all the good stuff. Think outside the bun.
The battle for the pennant begins. And once again, we'll learn you can't script October. The ALCS, October 16th in HD, only on Fox.
Taco Bell now presents How About That? Featuring the plays of the week, set to the music of Muse, from their album, The Resistance.
Let's go to work, come on.
Here's a ground ball, diving play. Schumacher throws him out from the prone position. Wow. That dude can do everything,
The diving catch. Oh, man, what a play. Dives and makes the catch.
Old school, look at him. Is in blue. Ground ball up the middle. Diving backhand is stopped by Valbuena. Flips to Cabrera. Relay to first. That's a circus act double play by the Indian.
How about that?
We will never see the truth around.
This guy can flat out pitch.
Bring him up. Strike 3 called.
10 strikeouts for Brett Anderson.
24-year-old Wade Davis. There's a swing and a miss and a nasty breaking pitch.
Hey, great pitch. That has some crazy spin on it.
Dives, a terrific play, throws in time to get Ellis.
Oh, a nice catch in the hat.
Little back got him. A little back got him.
Scales racing back at the wall. He jumps and it bounces off of his glove for a home run.
He had it in his glove.
No laughs, no jokes. Tough crowd. Zimmerman over toward the tarp. Did he make the catch? He did!
Fukudome.
Oh! A line's up against the fence.
What a play!
It's a slow ground ball. Prado runs it down and throws him out with a beautiful 360.
Little bomb piece.
Going, gone. Goodbye, baseball. It is a long gone home run. Matt Holliday, a line drive, walk-off homer.
Each of them with a 2-run game-winning home run. Mariners winning 3-2.
Ow! You know it.
This Week in Baseball has been sponsored by Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball. By Bank of America, Chevy, Gillette, Holiday Inn, XM Radio, State Farm, Taco Bell, and by Gatorade. For This Week in Baseball, I'm Buzz Brainerd. So long, everybody.
The battle for the pennant begins. And once again, we'll learn you can't script October. The ALCS, October 16th in HD, only on Fox.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Weekdays at 4 on Fox 18.
We're asking people why they like shopping at Blaine's.
Farm and Fleet has the brands that he's looking for.
Good selection of pretty much anything.
And I can just come here and get the lowest price.
I find value at Farm and Fleet all the time.
Right now, save $110 on the Maxxis Pro 140-amp mid-flux welder by Campbell Hausfeld. It's now $339.99. An AO Safety Stowaway hearing protector is now only $7.99. And save 15% on padlocks and lock sets by Master Lock.
It's a better value at Farm and Fleet.
Real people, real reasons to shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Why Dahl Ford? Because nobody beats a Dahl deal. And with Ford's fuel-efficient vehicles, there's never been a better time to buy a Ford from Dahl Ford. Take the Fusion with an estimated 34 highway miles per gallon. You won't get hurt at the gas pump. And check out the Escape Hybrid, which gets an estimated 34 city miles per gallon. Ford's fuel-efficient vehicles and Dahl Ford deals, the time couldn't be better to come to Dahl Ford.
Come experience the Dahl difference.
Nobody beats a Dahl deal.
Butterfinger milkshake breaks my cardinal rule because you can't only use a straw.
You could turn it upside down, it won't even budge.
It's not extruded.
Handcrafted, hand-crafted.
And a beautiful red cherry.
So much candy, it was hard to get it all through the straw.
That's what the spoon is for. Amateurs don't know that.
3 irresistible new Bits and Pieces milkshakes. Try one during our half-price happy hour, Monday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m.
A little bit of, I think I got a little bit of Butterfingers.
Steak and Shake. Life needs flavor.
Your Fox 18 is on Facebook. Log on today and become a fan.
You're watching Fox Sports, home to the All-Star Game, the American League Championship Series, and the World Series. America's grand game is on Fox.
We are Fox Sports!
Today on Fox Saturday Baseball, it's the greatest rivalry in sports. Red Sox, Yankees.
Deep to left. A 3-run home run for Buffington.
Varitek and A-Rod going at it.
Plus, the playoff picture's coming into focus. Who's in and who's looking to make a final playoff push. We'll break it all down from the city by the bay. Fox Saturday Baseball starts right now. Welcome to the Budweiser MLB pregame show on Fox. Budweiser, the great American lager. So who will pop the champagne cork on that NL wildcard bottle? Colorado had the lead heading into Friday's game with the Cards. Tied at 1 in the 9th, and Yorvi Torrealba. The Rockies, with their league-leading 59-sack fly, played Troy Tulowitzki. 2-1 your final. So what happened out in San Francisco between the Giants and the Cubs? Big Z was A-OK. Ask Aaron Rowan or even the rookie Buster Posey. Zambrano, 2 hits, 8 Ks, 4th career shutout, knocked in a run. Cubbies win it. Free zip. What about those hard-charging Braves earlier today facing Washington? Little chopper to Peter Orr, and was he trying to stop the clock in the NFL? What are you, spiking it? Then Chipper lines one to Elijah Dukes. 137 airs leads the bigs for the Nats, and then Ian Riggleman is caught scratching his head. So the Braves win at 11-5, and look at this. They are now within 3 games of the Rockies in the wild card standings. Don't forget about the Marlins and the Giants and even the Cubs. Now this afternoon on Fox, 2 of the best third basemen in the NL go at it. Aramis Ramirez and Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval. Hey, buddy, we will see you in just a few minutes right here on Fox. And with that, hi, everybody. We welcome you to Fox Saturday Baseball. It is all presented to you today by Budweiser. In just a few minutes, some of you will stay right here by the bay. First pitch between the Giants and the Cubs. Most of you are off to the Bronx as the Yankees and Red Sox renew the rivalry. CC Sabathia going after his AL leading 19th win, and Dice K trying to solidify a spot in Boston's playoff rotation. Now, what about what's happening in the AL Central? The Tigers, that grasp is slipping away thanks to Michael Kadire and the Twins last night in Kansas City. Kadire with his career best 30th big fly of the season, and they're off and running. Later in the game, Delman Young goes to left center field, and he is hustling. He is out of breath, as am I. He slides in safely to third. Twins win it 9-4. Just 2 back of the Tigers in the AL Central because Jake Peavy was dealing last night on the south side of Chicago. 8 Ks in 7 shutout innings, and possible Rookie of the Year, Gordon Beckham, a 2-run crank for the only runs of the game, is 14th of the year. Tigers up just 2 on the Twins in the AL Central. Hey, quick reminder about the postseason. Game 1 of the ALCS right here on Fox, Friday, October 16th. It could be those good friends, the Yankees and Red Sox, going at it. If so, we'll all be smiles.
A shot into center field. Back, track, walk on. The Yankees have won Game 1 of the ALCS. Boom, a hero in Game 7. Roberts is going. Posada's throw. Roberts safe. Bill Miller has tied it. Ortiz into deep right field. We'll see you later tonight. Ortiz fights it off center field, and he can keep on running to New York. The Boston Red Sox have won the pennant. The biggest comeback in postseason baseball history.
But before the playoffs, we got some regular season baseball left. First pitch coming your way from the Bronx or from San Francisco. Stick around. Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Budweiser.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
When people say, Mike, why Ford? Why now? You know what I do? I introduce them to the fuel-sipping Ford Fusion and Focus.
I don't know if you've heard, but this whole fuel efficiency thing, kind of a big deal. Ford has you covered.
Because Fusion gets an EPA estimated 34 miles per gallon, and Focus gets an impressive 35 miles per gallon.
How's that for going green?
Get the fuel-efficient 2010 Ford Fusion with 0% financing for 60 months. See your Ford dealer or localfordstores.com and drive one.
2.5 men.
I don't pay you to mock me.
Charlie, you'd have to pay me not to.
Rescuing you from boring television.
It's what I do after I do what I do best.
2.5 Men, every weeknight at 6 on Fox 18.
Okay, what do you got? What do you got? We got Hugh Jackman.
Good idea, man.
Of course.
Crazy.
What? TMZ.
Weeknights at 9:30 on Fox 18.
It is a beautiful Saturday in San Francisco for a little day ball, but the playoff forecast for the Cubs and Giants, mostly cloudy at best. The Rockies lead the NL wildcard chase, followed closely by the Atlanta Braves, and the Giants 5 back. The Cubs 6.5 back as they do battle today on Fox. Hi, everybody, and welcome. Alongside Jose Mota, I'm Chris Rose. And Jose, yes, the Giants to a man, they understand the dire situation they're in. One more loss, their season's pretty much done.
This is the Giants' playoff, Chris, for a reason. They know they have lost some ground and opportunity to gain ground on the Rockies, but regardless, you know, Bruce Bochy calls them grinders because they've gotten this far. They have Barry Zito on the mound tonight, a guy that's been a postseason 5 times. Well, follow Barry Zito. You should be all right.
You know who else is big Giants fans today? The St. Louis Cardinals. If the Cubs lose, the Cards clinch the NL Central. But forgive the Giants, they're a little more selfish. They care about what's happened to them and what a win would mean. Can they awaken those bats that have been silent for much of 2009? It'll be Zito against Gorzolani. First pitch from San Francisco coming your way next on Fox.
It's gonna work. Why don't they go up? Let's go. Dad? It's time. You'd be a really nice catch for somebody. Please?
Just for Men takes 5 easy minutes, targets only the gray hair, and can start something great.
For my girls.
Yes! I'm glad we did it.
Just for Men. Live forward.
Gatorade. That's G.
Welcome to Progressive. How may I help you? I'm looking for a deal on car insurance. I think I might have a coupon in here.
There's an easier way. We've got the name your price option.
You do?
Follow me. You tell us how much you want to pay, and we'll build you a policy that fits your budget.
And I still get great coverage.
Uh-huh. Go ahead. You're the boss.
I'm the boss of savings.
More like the CEO. No glass ceiling.
The freedom to name your price. Now that's Progressive. Call or click today.
We didn't know which of the 3,296 Holiday Inn hotels you'd be staying in. So we're refreshing all of them. Holiday Inn, official partner of Major League Baseball road trips.
They win games like they were in a dramatic thriller with action and suspense. At the center of this mix of young players and talented veterans is manager Joe Torre. His role, keep this storied franchise on a path to World Series glory as they race toward baseball's climactic finish.
And the Dodgers win a thriller.
This is beyond Hollywood. Watch the 2009 postseason on Fox and TBS.
Welcome back to San Francisco, where Lou Piniella's crew has won the first 2 of this 4-game weekend set by the Bay. And here is his starting lineup, brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Ryan Theriot to get things started, followed by Taguchi, Ramirez. Jake Fox gets a start for the injured Derek Bell at first. Jeff Baker, Reed Johnson, Giovanni Soto, Sam Fuld, and on the mound it'll be Tom Gorzolani against the 31-year-old left-hander, former Cy Young winner across the Bay, Barry Zito, who's making his 32nd start of the year, 10-12 with an ERA slightly under 4. And here's the sprint pitcher profile for Barry Zito.
Well, he has established that curveball early in the game. He will go to it in double play situations to get ahead, and when he's pitching behind, don't be afraid to drop one in there. Also, he's a leader. You know, he has been in 5 postseasons. He understands the importance and what it takes to pitch in situations like this, especially this crucial week for the Giants.
And our first pitch brought to you by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect combination of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. A picture-perfect afternoon in San Francisco as Ryan Theriot steps into the box. And Theriot rips one to right. Nate Schierholtz is under it. And one pitch, one away. Here's the defense for the Giants in the outfield. Velez, Andres Torres getting the start for the injured Aaron Rowan in center. And Schierholtz, third to first. Sandoval, Uribe, Kevin Franson getting a rare start. And Ryan Garco at first. And behind the plate, it's the rookie, Buster Posey, making his 2nd big league start, catching Barry Zito. So Taguchi, a recent call-up by the Cubs. Looks at strike 1, so says C.B. Buckner.
Called up as recent as September 17th, not knowing he was going to get called up to the big leagues.
Apparently a little tired as he yawned on that first pitch, and he is behind 0-2. He better wake up.
He kept getting this call from Chicago area code and did not answer his cell phone, saying, "Who's calling me from Chicago?"
Well, he sees 3 pitches and doesn't swing at one as Zito gets his first K.
There it is. Go to it right away. Good job by the youngster, too. Nice job by Posey, just making sure he frames. Great look right here. Don't move that glove. Steady hand. And shows it to C.B. Buckner. Easy out.
So with 2 down, it's Aramis Ramirez stepping to the plate, having a great year, a career high with that .322 average. And he rips one to Uribe. A 5-pitch inning for Zito. A quick one. And the Giants will try and bust out those bats in the first.
It's okay. Ugh, if only he were more evolved.
Then he'd switch from cable to DirecTV and get 5 months of their best TV package for free. Yes, for free. Maybe if he had DirecTV, he wouldn't sit around staring at me 24/7.
To get 5 months free, call 1-800-DIRECTV.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you stay forever young. May you stay forever young.
Every generation refreshes the world.
Cool.
Things that matter to me are worth covering well.
So when I'm insuring my car, I'm really covering so much more.
With coverage that's smart when I buy it and smarter when I need it.
Join the thousands of us getting better auto coverage at a better price under the Travelers umbrella.
Get better coverage with Travelers and save an average of $383. To find an agent near you or to get a quote, visit travelers.com or call 1-800-MY-COVERAGE.
Introducing the Craftsman Cordless Multi-Tool. Remodel, regrout, restore, all repowered. Meet the hand tool, rethought. The power and versatility of 6 tools packed into one. More innovations, more great values. Craftsman, trust in your hands.
a quick 1-2-3 top of the first for Barry Zito. So now this is the lineup thrown out there by Bruce Bochy, presented by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. Velez, Torres, and Kung Fu Panda. Uribe, Garco, Posey, and Scherholtz, Franson, and Zito against the 27-year-old lefty. Tom Gorzolani came over in a July trade with John Grabo from the Pittsburgh Pirates, making his 6th start of the year. And ready to face the switch-hitting left fielder, Eugenio Velez. Looks at ball one. Here is the Sprint pitcher profile on Tom Gorzolani.
One-time 14-game winner for the Pirates. Keep rolling. He's 3-1 with the Cubs, and also stay behind the ball. Make sure you are not pushing, getting those out.
Well, sawed Velez off. Ramirez had to dodge the bat and caught the ball, and there's one down.
Isn't it amazing how more and more we see this, where guys have to not only become good fielders of the baseball, but watch out. There's something else flying at you. I don't think Lou Piniella wanted to see any other object near his third baseman, Aramis Ramirez.
No, he's had enough injuries over 2009. Andres Torres looks at ball one. Torres hitting .260 in limited time, getting the start for Aaron Rowan, out with a sore back. Rips one, foul. Gorzolani, one of those guys that might get a look in 2010 at the back end of the Cubs rotation. Most likely this team will not re-sign Rich Harden, who's a free agent, so that 5th slot could be up for grabs.
Here's what we're looking at. Torres, great speed, big gaps in this ballpark, and you have to be able to hit line drives and be able to run and not stop.
Big swing and a miss by Torres. Kung Fu Panda, 3rd leading hitter in the National League in the on-deck circle. Ball fouled away. Gorzolani very comfortable in this ballpark. His lone appearance in San Francisco back in August of 2007, his lone complete game shutout of his career, tossed a 5-hitter. Swing and a miss, but it gets past Soto, and Torres is going to reach.
Here's a breaking ball that gets away. Soto not able to get totally in front of it. Now it took an adequate hop for him to throw him out as it bounces back, but then Soto's not able to get a grab on it to throw to first. If you're not sure, just don't make that throw. A little more body to the right would have been ideal as you're trying to block that pitch.
So now man on for the NL's 3rd leading hitter, Pablo Sandoval. 324, 22 homers, 84 RBI. Leads the Giants in just about every major statistical hitting category this season. Rips one to left, and that's going to get down. Torres is going to motor to 3rd. Sandoval trying to stretch it into a double, and he is done.
Well, Sandoval truly loves to hit against lefties. 361 coming into the game. Nice, short, compact swing. Everything is good until he decides to go for 2 in the situation. You cannot afford to make that out at second base this early.
He wasn't even close. He was good 10 to 15 feet shy. Now Sandoval, to his credit, as you can see, looks like he could block for Frank Gore out here in San Francisco on Sundays. He said he's going to take some weight off in the offseason. He's going to visit a nutritionist, get in better shape, be ready for that 162-game grueling schedule. So 2 down now for Juan Uribe.
Going back to Sandoval on the base running, it's one of those plays where you wish you're not going to be talking about it as a manager or revisiting after this ballgame because it cost you a big inning.
The 0-2 pitch, high. Uribe, one of the great finds in the offseason by the Giants. Spent the last 5 years on the south side of Chicago, hitting .353 in September with 6 homers and 18 RBI. One of the few Giants that has really put bat on ball this month successfully. The 2-2 by Gorzolani. Bruce Bochy told us last week when we were visiting with him, what'd you envision Uribe's role to be for the year? Well, you know, utility guy, and that's pretty much what he's going to do. In the meantime, he's talking to Pablo Sandoval, probably going over, hey, you should be at first base instead of trying for 2 here in the first.
Young player trying to do too much.
Swing and a miss, so Gorzolani strikes out 2. Giants threaten, but leave a man at third. We are scoreless through 1.
Whoa, welcome to Taco Bell.
$1.99, 2 half-pounders, please.
To be honest, Mr. Holyfield, even someone your size only needs 1.
Yeah, but I'm taking my mama to lunch.
Just 1 and you're done. Taco Bell's new $1.99 half-pounders. Whoa, featuring the new Nacho Crunch Burrito. For just $1.99, you get double the seasoned beef and all the good stuff. Think outside the bun.
He ran off with his secretary.
Oh, enough! You get half and you get half. Team 3, Boathouse.
Oh, yeah. His and hers.
Van Gogh.
Steven!
Mansion.
Let you go. Boss, what do we do with the Shih Tzu?
Joint custody.
Get work done now. Communicate in less than a second with Nextel Direct Connect. Only on the Now Network.
Introducing the new great-tasting EAS Myoplex Nutrition Shake with 25 grams of protein, reformulated to help more athletes refuel, build lean muscle, and give their more.
There are engines, and then there's the twin turbocharging, 365 horsepower generating EcoBoost engine, and the all-new Taurus Show from Ford that has the thirst of a V6 with the thrust of a V8. We speak car. We speak innovation. Introducing the all-new Taurus Show from Ford. Drive one.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Budweiser, is sponsored by Sprint. Get more done with Nextel Direct Connect, only from the Now Network. By Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. And by the all-new Taurus from Ford. Drive one. Barry Zito, a very, very quick top of the first. Needed only 5 pitches to dispose of the Cubs. And now here on Fox Saturday Baseball, we get a good look at Jake Fox. It's a called strike.
There's Barry Zito painting and showing everything right away, right off the bat. He has to get a feel for his pitches early in the ball game, and from there, find out exactly what he needs at grind time.
There's that beautiful curve. Just misses. Zito 5-3, 2.58 ERA since the All-Star break. Ball hit into left for the Cubs' first hit of the afternoon. Lou Piniella, now in his 22nd season as a big league skipper. And a few boos and cat calls as Jeff Baker steps into the box.
Also my former broadcast partner, Lou Piniella.
Lou must have had a little fun up here.
Lou had a blast. Simple and to the point, just like he manages.
Baker looks at a ball. Thursday night, it might have been the end of the season for the Giants. The Giants up 1. Brian Wilson delivered. So too did Jeff Baker. A 2-run shot to give the Cubs the lead and the eventual win. his 4th homer of the year, just the 2nd time in 75 games this year the Giants lost after leading going into the 9th.
Well, they have one of the best over that bullpen, and Brian Wilson unable to get a 2-strike pitch to finish him off. And it tells you a lot about this ballgame. We talked about the importance of this week for the Giants. As long as you have games left, there's a chance. As long as you have outs left, there's a chance.
No chance there on the swing and a miss by Baker, who is really maybe taken over that second base job for good. And as the Cubs start to look into 2010 and put the pieces together, this is a guy that might be in that everyday lineup.
Having a great September.
338 in the month of September. But down in the count 1-2. Chops one foul.
I really like what I see from Barry Zito so far.
Well, Cubs fans love what they see out of Jeff Baker. 326 this year. And Mike Fontenot, a guy who was maybe supposed to be the double play combination with Ryan Theriot, just has not gotten it done at the dish. Baker pops one. Foul. Ryan Garco gives it a look, but that's it.
Well, anytime we play in the Bay Area, one thing to really be aware of, the high sky situation here. Play in Oakland or San Francisco, not a lot of depth that you can focus on. You see no clouds around, and that has created a lot of problems through the years, through the decades, for outfielders and infielders.
One-two by Zito. Ball hit to Sandoval at third. There's one. The turn by Franson in time for the double play. Giants fans probably saying, where was that one the other night?
There it is right now. That's all that matters. Sandoval makes sure he gets a grip on it first and then goes to second for a nice pivot by Franson to first base. That's how you help a guy throwing strikes. Catch the ball as they hit it to you. Make it easy on him.
Good turn by Kevin Franson, making just his 18th start. Starting for the injured Freddie Sanchez, who's probably done for the year. Re-aggravated a knee injury this week. He's going to need off-season surgery. Reed Johnson knows all about the injury bug. Went on the DL July 30th after breaking a bone in his left foot, fouling one off. Reactivated this week. Rips one to center, and Torres on the run. It is over his head, twisting away. Johnson's going to trot into second with a 2-out double. His 9th double of the year.
Short compact swing right to this baseball. It caught the middle of the plate as it cut in. Choking up on that bat. This is the definition of a gamer. Even if Gomez turns the right, or Torres turns the right way there, he had no chance to catch that one.
So 2 down now for Giovanni Soto. Looks at ball one. Soto pretty much sums up the Cubs season. A guy who won the NL Rookie of the Year award last year when he hit 285. Not even 220 this season. Spent some time on the DL with a strained oblique. And a guy just really never got it going this year. And Lou Piniella says if we're going to be better next year, we need this guy. We need Alfonso Soriano back producing as well.
Production comes on his approach with men in scoring position for Soto. Too pull happy sometimes.
Soto looks at a strike there.
What I mean is, you look at last year's numbers where he was clearly. And he's gone down. Yes, the injury bug and all that, but his approach overall has not been the same.
Looks one down low. Soto just the 5th Cubs player to win Rookie of the Year honors last year. First one since Kerry Wood, 98. Now he's ahead in the count, 3-1. Checks his swing. In time, so says Mike Everett down at first. First walk of the afternoon given up by Barry Zito. And here are the men in blue. C.D. Buckner calling the balls and strikes. Mike Everett at first, Brian Gorman at second, and the crew chief, Jerry Davis, over at third.
Jerry Davis, 25-year veteran.
A lot of baseball. Sam Fuld played his college ball in the area over at Stanford. Looks at a ball. Fuld hitting .286 on the season, 83 big league at bats, no career RBI. Has a chance to change that here in the top of the second.
Going lefty against lefty. I would say my outfielders right now have to be playing a little more shallow on Fuld, as he's going to cut his swing and not try to overpower a big swing against Barry Zito.
And Zito falls behind 3-0. He does have the pitcher on deck. The 20th pitch of the inning for Barry Zito. And it is a strike. Fouled away. Bruce Bochy in his third season here in San Francisco. A little bit under 500, but I think it's actually pretty miraculous. He has his team still in contention with 8 days to go. Obviously, he's got a wonderful starting staff, but the everyday lineup, there's some obvious holes in it. And ball 4, back-to-back walks given up by Zito, and the bases are loaded.
Well, all of a sudden, we see Barry Zito rushing his delivery and unable to find a consistent release point. When you throw so many pitches as he does, with that changeup, the cut fastball, the two-seam fastball, a four-seam fastball, and obviously that rainbow curveball, rushing is not going to help you to keep a consistent arm slot.
You see the rookie Buster Posey getting out there. Good look at Dave Righetti, the pitching coach, as well. How much of this has to do with the fact that Posey and Zito obviously have not had a lot of work together?
None. Home plate hasn't moved.
Great point. 2 down for the pitcher Tom Gorslani, who fouls one away.
Really, when it becomes a concern is when you see the pitcher shaking the young catcher off a lot. But you know what? Before the series, before the game, there are meetings left, and you know, guys were talking about what they wanted to do, and obviously it's going to be more of a one-way conversation between Zito telling the youngster what he will like to do.
The 0-1 delivery by Zito. Swing and a miss. Zito's given up 5 grand slams in his career. But a big swing and a miss by his opposite number, and Zito nearly walks his way into trouble, but gets on out of it. We're scoreless in San Francisco.
It's a perfect day for baseball.
2 out, last of the 9th.
With one swing, he could win the game. He winds and fires.
And there's a long drive to deep right.
It goes back. Holy cow!
As long as there's been the great American pastime, there's been the great American lager.
I don't believe what I just saw!
Budweiser, since 1876.
Take a look at football on Dish Network and DirecTV. DirecTV says it shows every NFL game every week, but to see these games, it'll cost you an extra $300 every season. Or you can get Dish Network with over 100 of the biggest NFL games, including your local teams, all included in our low everyday price. Now, get over 120 channels for just $24.99 a month for 12 months. Dish Network. Why would you ever pay more for TV?
Cash for clunkers came and went. Turn out the lights. The party's over. Well, sort of. Because everybody knows the after party is where it's at. And right now, it's at Hyundai, where your old car just went up in value. Buy a new Santa Fe and you'll get the Hyundai trade-in bonus. $1,000 more than what your old car is worth. Plus cash back. And while supplies last, you'll get a year's worth of gas for just $1.49 a gallon. Looks like you're on the A-list after all.
The iPhone has all kinds of apps. There are apps that help you catch a flight. There are apps that help you catch a train. Apps for dining in. And apps for dining out. There are apps for workaholics, shopaholics, and thousands of others. Yep, there are 75,000 apps for just about anything, only on the iPhone.
Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect combination of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. Bottom of 2 by the Bay. Cubs left them loaded in the top of the frame. And now Tom Gorzelani will face Garco, Posey, and Scherholtz on a picture-perfect afternoon in San Francisco.
Probably the best view from a press box I've ever experienced.
Well, one of the best stadiums in the bigs as well. Just a gorgeous setting, which makes you kind of scratch your head as to why Ryan Garco has yet to feel good about playing in this park. Making just his 4th start since September 6th, and he is just 4 for 39 at home. Just a $103, 233 overall as a Giant. Came out over in a July trade from the Cleveland Indians for minor league pitcher Scott Barnes, and just hasn't found it, although he is ahead 3-0.
Need some base runners, get something going, as they almost did in that first inning.
Looks at strike 1. The Giants just 2 hits last night, getting shut out by Carlos Zambrano. Singles by Uribe and Tim Lincecum, the pitcher. Ball ripped foul, so the count is full.
Gorzelani, interesting delivery. When you look at the front leg, and sometimes I've talked to a couple of hitters, or I've talked to some hitters that have told me, don't watch too much of his lower body as he's coming home. He almost kicks at you first before you see the arm. Watch that.
Ball popped up. Soto gives chase, but it will reach the seats.
Here's what I'm seeing right here. This area. Look at that leg come at you. Here comes a kick. Throws you off just a tad. Anything to disrupt the hitter's timing. There's a fastball pitcher who can locate in and out. Very live arm, Tom Gorzelani.
The 3-2 delivery. Ball hit to left. Taguchi giving chase, but won't get there in time, so we'll do it again.
How about Taguchi? You know, we were talking about this earlier. He was getting a call from an area code in Chicago. And he says, who's calling from Chicago? It's, you know, September 17th. Off season already started. And before you know it, they're trying to get a hold of him to call him up to the big leagues.
Yeah, he was playing in the minors down at Iowa before that. The 3-2. Ball 4. So Garco works a walk to lead off the second. And next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, it's the final weekend of the regular season. Figure by then the Red Sox will be in. What about the Giants? Will they still be around? The Tigers getting chased by the Twins? What's going to happen? We don't really know. We don't even know where we'll be. We'll decide during the week what's the most important game, but it'll come your way next week at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific on Fox.
Let's not forget about those Atlanta Braves.
Big swing and a miss by the rookie Buster Posey. 1 for 6 as a big leaguer with 3 strikeouts, but this guy undoubtedly is the future behind the dish for the Giants. And that future is now in a playoff chase.
Well, the opportunity presented itself with Benji Molina getting hit on his glove hand recently during this series. So Bruce Bochy's manager, former catcher, says the time is now for this youngster, who also hit .412 against lefties in AAA.
Posey, the 5th pick in the 2008 draft out of Florida State, where he won the Golden Spikes Award, best player in college baseball. Nubs one over to Fox, who plays second, and he's safe at second and safe at first. Terrio not on the base, and the relay was not in time.
Well, good job by umpire Brian Gorman. He is on top of this play. Good job of the first baseman getting rid of it. But hey, he is not on the bag. It's not an automatic out. And this year, I've seen more and more the umpires doing an outstanding job, not taking this play for granted. Well, clearly off the bag.
Well, Jake Fox making just his 3rd start of the year at first base, so he hasn't had a lot of opportunity over there. He was actually drafted as a catcher out of the University of Michigan. And his heir now has the Giants in business.
You want opportunities, starts with that walk. You have them.
Nate Schierholtz getting the start today out in right. Fouls one away.
Here it is. As he spins, he picks up his target, threw a slider out there, and good job by the shortstop too. Terrio came off the back to make sure that ball didn't keep sailing all the way to left field. It's one of those times where you say, I wish I could have picked up the youngster a little bit earlier, but all you can do is at least save that runner from going first or third.
So now Schierholtz, you're thinking the left-handed hitter against the left-handed throwing Gorzolani. Advantage Cubs, but not really. Schierholtz hitting .388 against left-handers this year. Second best among regulars in the bigs. This could be a double play ball. Terrio to second for one. The turn is not in time. Schierholtz legs it out.
That's the way you play the game. That's why his manager calls him one of the grinders he has. Never give up. Don't put your head down. Just continue on. Finish strong. You know the importance of beating that play over there? Huge. Anything hit to the left side by a left-handed hitter should make a very tough double play in any situation.
Schierholtz, one of the guys that can really run in this organization. So one down now for Kevin Frandsen. It's a one inside. Good stop by Soto.
This is where, as their number 8 hitter, you have to think about how might they pitch me, but not overthink to the point where you miss something good to hit.
Frandsen, a 12th round pick back in 2004 out of San Jose State. Grew up in San Jose as well. Tapped up the middle. Glove for one. And then a good scoop by Fox at 2. And the Giants yet again strand some runners. We are scoreless heading into the 3rd.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
If you never thought the Midwest could be a glamorous getaway, think again. Because with Midwest Millions from the Iowa Lottery, you could win up to $50,000 instantly. Odds of winning a prize are better than 1 in 3. And there are millions of dollars in prizes, plus 2 second chance drawings for $500,000 each. Midwest Millions from the Iowa Lottery, your scratch ticket to a winning destination.
We're asking people why they like shopping at Blaine's.
Farm and Fleet has the brands that he's looking for.
Good selection of pretty much anything.
And I can just come here and get the lowest price.
I find value at Farm and Fleet all the time.
Right now, get up to $75 back by mail when you purchase 4 matching Select Cooper tires. Save 15% on select in-stock Trico Neoform wiper blades. And Farm and Fleet antifreeze is just $2.99 after mail-in rebate.
It's a better value at Farm and Fleet.
Real people, real reasons to shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Quality time on the road. The Chrysler Town & Country, with unsurpassed fuel economy in its class. Now get 0% financing for 60 months plus $1,000 bonus cash on Chrysler Town & Country. Log on to learn more.
Think smarter.
If you think a thesaurus is a prehistoric reptile,
think faster.
If you think the Hoover Dam was built with vacuum cleaners, you might not be smarter than a 5th grader.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Find out 5 times a week.
Weekdays at 4 on Fox 18.
The Office is branching out, and they're delivering the goods 5 times a week.
That's what she said.
The Office.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18. Laugh Out Loud with 2.5 Men. Weeknights at 6 on Fox 18.
A perfect day in the Bay out here in San Francisco. Scoreless as we head to the top of the 3rd.
It's our way home.
Well, knowing Fox, yeah, that's the way we're heading. We can take it back, go back down the California coast, back to Southern California.
Got all day, beautiful day. Why not?
We got all week.
Maybe you do.
Good point. Ryan Theriot swung at the first pitch he saw of the ball game, flew out to right in the first. Theriot hit a team best 307 last season, which was 6th best in the NL. About 20 points off of that pace this year. First one fouling out of play.
Well, you were mentioning how maybe there could be a little disruption between Zito and his young catcher, but as we take a look at Posey, you know, he's a good catcher for a reason. He not only because he can hit, but he can call a game. And now he's calling location. Fastball, he wants it up. Now it calls for the curveball. And here's where, as a young catcher, you get used to what your veteran pitcher has done in the past. You have seen some tape with him before, but now you go on feeling, and the pitcher's going to tell you how he feels. He can get people out.
Base hit for Theriot right up the middle. So the Cubs, for the 2nd straight inning, have the leadoff man on. And so Taguchi struck out on 3 pitches, didn't even get the bat off his shoulder his first time up. Hard to believe, but So Taguchi, 40 years old as he steps into the box.
40 and 2 World Series rings. That's a good career. One with the Phillies, one with the Cardinals.
Ball ripped by Sandoval down the 3rd base line. Theriot is going to head on over to 3rd, and Taguchi is going to have a double.
Oh, Lou Piniella says, I got to get people in motion. I got that leadoff man out. Let's do something. He knows Taguchi can handle the bat very well. A hit and run situation, just hit the ball on the ground somewhere. You don't have to point it towards the middle. As Sandoval was guarding against the bunt, obviously cutting the distance and just going on reaction. Good piece of hitting, good play by Lou Piniella. He's got them going right now.
So now Aramis Ramirez grounded out to end the 1st, but he loves this sort of situation, hitting .429 with runners in scoring position. Puts it one up high.
What makes Ramirez so good here, and I was talking to him before the game, and I said, what do you do because you're so clutch in these type of situations? He goes, I see a smaller field. I concentrate. It's almost like that left field corner does not exist. I can concentrate one gap in left center field to the right field line, because he knows a lot of times, he says, I'm going to see off speed pitches. So he goes from here all the way to there. That's his field right now.
Zito brushes him back, falls behind 2-0. And if you want to point to one of the things where the Cubs season kind of got off track, early May when Ramirez injured his shoulder, ended up missing 2 months. Lou Piniella did not have that bat behind Derek Lee in this lineup. Nobody really picked up the slack.
And overall, they have not been a good hitting team with men in scoring position. 243 coming into this ball game. The Giants not much better at 246.
And now they're just going to give him ball 4. 3rd walk of the afternoon for Barry Zito. It's time right now for the Bank of America fan cam. We take a look around the yard on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Out in the Cove, 50 splash hits all time out there. These fans would like to wait another half inning before number 51 comes out their direction. It is Jake Fox, who had a grand slam earlier this year on Fox. And gets a hold of another one, but this one curls foul. Zito threw just 5 pitches in the first inning, but since then he has been in and out of trouble. Loaded the bases in the second, but it didn't cost him. Here, a single by Terrio, a double by Taguchi, and a walk to Ramirez. Inside.
It's a good time to test your young catcher. Make him block for you. You need that ground ball. Keep the ball down. Use that defense. And a very good infield behind you.
The 1-1 pitch by Zito. Just misses. It's 2-1. Zito coming off a no decision Monday in Arizona. Didn't even get out of the 5th. Worked just 4 1/3, giving up 4 runs. Swing and a miss by Fox, and it's 2-2.
Still danger zone. He's not a guy that can really live above the waist with the fastball or the curveball, so the quicker the adjustment for Zito at this point, the better.
And that is a base hit as Terrio will score the first run of the game. Taguchi is coming. The throw is not in time, and it's 2-0 Cubs.
You gear yourself for raw speed. You stay in. You fight it off with that front shoulder. And now here's what I'm talking about. It's above the waist, and when it's coming slower, you're able to track it better and stayed inside of it. Hey, he took a page out of Aramis Ramirez. He used the big field the other way.
Just over the head of Franson. 2-run score on the play. And after a quick visit by the pitching coach Dave Righetti, Zito will try and minimize the damage here in the 3rd.
Sandoval at third base better be on the lookout here.
Baker hits one to left. Velez under it. And that is a big out for Barry Zito. The runners stay put. Zito approaching 50 pitches through 2 1/3. Now Reed Johnson, who tagged Zito for a double back in the 2nd. Johnson, one of those guys that hasn't been able to stay healthy this year, and in recent years he will be a free agent at season's end.
Sandoval playing a little too deep for me with Reed Johnson up right now.
Gets a good look at that fastball. Johnson's best year came in 2006, where he hit .319 with 12 homers for the Blue Jays. Said he'd love to stay on the north side of Chicago, but doesn't exactly know the Cubs' plans. This is a team that probably has to get a little more athletic in the outfield. Lou Piniella says we don't run the bases real well. In fact, tied for the fewest stolen bases in all of baseball. When your big boppers aren't swinging it and driving in runs, you got to start producing it some other way.
Then we cornered Lou and said, what would you prefer? And he always goes back to the same thing he loves. I want a bopper. Yeah, I'll take the stolen bases. You know what? I really want an RBI guy.
The 2-0 pitch by Zito, and it's 2-1. And it is 3-1. Much to the chagrin of this crowd that thought that was a strike. The 3-1 delivery by Barry Zito. He'll step off and take a little more time.
I would call a timeout right now. Step off. I need to communicate with my catcher. Something needs to give here. They are not on the same page right now.
Well, we have seen Posey go out there several times earlier in the frame. Dave Righetti came out. This is just Posey's second big league start.
He actually doesn't look very confident just calling pitches right now from the way you can see. And finally, they're going to break it in, and so let's make it simpler here.
We might need to call Dr. Phil. There needs to be some counseling, better communication, something going on here.
A lot of times a young catcher will get caught a lot on the scouting reports that they talked about early in the game. And a veteran pitcher will tell you through the years. What I learned is what happens between the white lines. Sometimes you got to throw it out and say, I'm going to tell you what's working. Let's stay on the same page somehow.
Well, here's the 3-1 pitch finally by Zito. Ball 4. Fourth walk of the afternoon by Barry Zito. So now for the third time this afternoon, the Cubs have the bases loaded. Giovanni Soto, who walked an inning ago, is at the dish. Fouls one away as Zito finally gets ahead.
It's a big hitter here for Barry Zito and for the Giants as they are in the chase. They're still alive. They need to keep the hopes alive, as their manager was saying to us earlier. But this is a big batter right now for Zito not to fall behind.
Off the hand of Zito, he's going to have only one play, so the Cubs will score yet another run.
It is not recommended, but hey, when you're out there fighting to get outs, you're going to do anything that your body allows you to do to get those outs, including throwing that bare hand out there to stop that ball from going to center field.
And now the Giants medical staff coming out to look at the left-hander after taking one right off that paw.
There's a cause for concern for Bruce Bochy as he's trying to align. Ooh.
Well, we saw John Lester, the ace of the Red Sox, get caught by a Melky Cabrera line drive on the knee. This one didn't come back with quite the same velocity, but coming off that pitching hand. That is Waldis Joaquin, who's getting loose now in the Giants bullpen as Zito's going to give it a throw.
And obviously is not the way you want to defend your position as a pitcher, but don't tell anybody that's out there sweating and grinding it out not to do that and react that way. Easier said than done.
I think Zito's feeling more mental anguish than anything else in this half inning.
It's a good point. He has not found any consistent release point or pitch sequence to go to.
So now Barry Zito's going to issue his 5th walk of the afternoon, this one of the intentional variety, so he can face the pitcher Tom Gorzelani. It's going to load the bases for the 4th time in 3 innings for the Cubs.
And Zito had a game August 24th at Colorado where he walked 6 batters.
So now Gorzolani, who struck out to end the 2nd, has the bases loaded with 2 down. Lifts one out to right center. Schierholtz charging in, and that is going to do it. But the Cubs put 3 on the board. They take a 3-0 lead to the bottom of 3.
These days, every penny counts with everything you buy. Every head, every bite, every gallon, every shoe, every book, every cereal. Well, maybe not every cereal, but every stem, every stitch, every tune, every toy. Pretty much everything you buy can help your savings account grow. Because Keep the Change from Bank of America rounds up every debit card purchase to the next dollar and transfers the difference from your checking to savings account. It's one of the many ways we make saving money in tough times a whole lot easier.
Okay, sub-murders. Domino's just came out with 4 new oven-baked sandwiches. Let's see what we're up against.
Is that pineapple and habanero sauce?
Yeah, we call that our new sweet and spicy chicken habanero.
Do we have any habanero sauce?
Do you see any habanero sauce?
This one has feta cheese and roasted red peppers.
Yeah, we call that one our new Mediterranean veggie.
Do we have roasted anything?
No, Chuck. We got lettuce.
Check out Domino's 4 bold new oven-baked sandwiches for just $4.99, like buffalo chicken and Italian sausage and peppers. Domino's.
New One-A-Day VitaCraves, a complete adult multivitamin in a gummy to support energy, immunity, and your inner child. One-A-Day VitaCraves, multivitamin gummies for grown-ups.
These days, wouldn't it be great if saving money happened as automatically as everything else? At Bank of America, it practically does. Use the Bank AmeriCard Power Rewards Visa credit card and earn rewards like cash back with every purchase. Cash you can put into savings or even use to help pay down your credit card balance. It's one of the many ways we make saving money in tough times a whole lot easier.
Fox tomorrow. It's the return of all-new animation domination. Thank you. All new, all night.
Some Hollywood idiot hired me to star in a movie.
Wow, okay, this is ridiculous.
Animation Domination returns tomorrow at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Tough top of the 3rd for the Giants as the Cubs plated 3. So Barry Zito has kind of sludged through a couple of tough frames. Now he's going to try and get some back against Tom Gorzolani, who has now pitched 11 innings in his career out here in San Francisco and has yet to give up a run. Zito just 6 for 49 this season and hitting a .105 for his career, but he's up on the count 2-0. Zito took a liner off his pitching hand in the top of this frame, stayed in the game, and obviously still healthy enough to swing the stick as well. And the count is now full.
Hey, he's giving his teammates something to talk about over in that dugout. Something to build off of.
Well, the Giants with the fewest walks in the big leagues. But Zito draws one. And in between frames, we talked to the Giants manager, Bruce Bochy, and asked him if his lefty was all right.
He's fine now. We checked on him. He's good to go. He'll hit.
we'll keep an eye on him, but right now he's good to go.
What things are you looking from your young catcher? Seems like Zito's trying to find that rhythm with him.
Yeah, you know what? Barry's a little off today. He's leaving that curveball up right now. He's got to get the ball down, but Posey's going to be fine. It takes time to get that going together, and they'll figure it out.
Boch, it's been a tough last 48 hours for this Giants ball club. How are they doing mentally?
You know what? They're fine. I mean, we lost a tough one 2 games ago. We're a pitch away from winning the game, picking up a game, and got away from us. But they've been resilient all year, and I expect them to bounce back. And right now, we got to be resilient, get some runs on the board.
All right, Skip, thanks very much.
All right, thanks. Thanks for having me on.
And we want to thank Bruce Bochy yet again for doing that. He didn't have to with his team down 3-0, and you can see that playoff chase kind of getting further and further away, but still giving us a few minutes, and we really appreciate it.
He should get a lot of consideration for Manager of the Year in the National League, because not very many people anticipated the Giants being this close at this point of the season.
Well, there are some questions as to his future. His contract is up after this season. Same with Brian Sabian up in the GM's office. So what's going to happen with this franchise? Where are they headed? Obviously, with the starting rotation that they've got in place, they're going to be a contender just based on that alone. Now the question is, what do you add to the rest of the mix? Yes, you've got a Buster Posey, but you've got some holes on this team. Obviously, Pablo Sandoval's the guy you're going to build around.
Got the question, Benji Molina, will he come back or not as a free agent behind the plate?
There's a ball lifted to left center. Taguchi and Fold give chase, and it's Taguchi who's got it there. Zito remains at first.
That's been an issue in the outfield for the Cubs this season. Communication between outfielders and making sure you call the other guy off. And here's a couple of guys, Taguchi and Fold, that saw each other down in the minor leagues. You can see how familiar they were with each other and so their range and how far they could get, but got to talk out there.
So 1 down for Andres Torres, who looks at an off-speed pitch for a strike. Torres struck out, but reached first when the ball got away from Giovanni Soto. He was left stranded at third. Check swing foul.
Is this what we're talking about when it doesn't work and people are looking at each other as to what are you doing, what am I doing, what am I supposed to do? It's really bad in it prolongs innings, but early enough, Taguchi called him off and Fold knew exactly where he was.
He gets tied up there. A nasty pitch by Gorzolani as Torres goes down for the 2nd straight time.
One thing that Lou Piniella has to be liking about Gorzolani is he sees his score. He is really tightening up and going back to that fastball. Even though he walked Zito, he said the last couple of outs, there's been a little extra zip on that fastball. It's a good sign.
And here's a good sign for Giants fans as Pablo Sandoval steps into the dish against Lou Piniella's crew. He singled but was out at second, trying to stretch it into a double.
Right now, that's big play, a momentum changer right off the bat.
Giants could have had first and third with the hot hitting Juan Uribe up. Instead, it's just a man at third, and Uribe ended up striking out to end the frame.
One thing with Pablo Sandoval, he has the ability to also make us forget about that very quickly. By the way he swings the bat, you mentioned already 361 against lefties, and in fact, he is a better hitter in this pitcher's ballpark than away from it.
And it's 3-0. You can see Sandoval, he is just chomping at the bit. Give me something to swing at here.
How about overall, this is a ballpark where hitters hit .249.
Four straight wide ones. And Pablo Sandoval has become the undisputed leader of this team. Every time you look at the dugout, the guy is smiling ear to ear, having fun. He leads the team in hits, doubles, homers, RBI, and without a doubt, smiles as well. A different atmosphere than they had here during the 90s and early 2000s.
What's more amazing, you got to love, is where he ranks. Look at those doubles, average, multi-hit games. But to be that young, be that confident, and not hide your personality just because you're a young player speaks loudly about what he's all about.
Well, he is the centerpiece. A switch hitting third baseman. We told you earlier he's going to work in the offseason on slimming down, getting in better shape. Somebody up here in that booth might follow that train too. He and I might hire the same personal trainer. You never know.
He's going to be in Arizona, not far.
So Uribe, swing and a miss as he's out in front of one. Big at bat here for the Giants. Uribe, who's been red hot in the month of September with 2 on. Zito walked to lead off the inning. Sandoval walked as well. Fouled away, and now Gorzelani up 0-2. And a nifty catch by a fan.
A lot easier to catch it when it's not 45 degrees and the wind blowing outside, isn't it?
You're not talking about the old stadium, are you?
Oh, yes.
Fouled away again.
Gorzelani staying right with that fastball. That's what he is, fastball pitcher.
You like what you see out of him this afternoon?
In and out. He's fighting for a job, and he should be in the plans for 2010 for the Cubs. In fact, he's an Illinois native.
Evergreen Park, Illinois. Grew up a White Sox fan on the South Side. Loved those teams in the early 90s with Blackjack McDowell, Robin Ventura, Ozzie.
Guillen.
Ball popped up. Terrio going out. Taguchi coming in. And it falls. And the Giants will get a gift run. Sandoval ends up at third. And Jose, you were talking about the communication in the outfield. Well, here it's outfielder and infielder.
That ball's in the air too long for it not to be caught by somebody. And Terrier's a shortstop. Once you go out and it's in that territory where you look at where your outfielder was playing, you have to take charge. It's easy to say Taguchi was coming forward. He should have called for it, but I don't think Taguchi saw the ball very well off the bat. And that's been the story for the Cubs pretty much all year long. Lack of communication.
You give Uribe an RBI single on that one. So now runners at the corners. 2 down for Garco, who walked in his first plate appearance. And this is the sort of situation where the Giants have got to take advantage.
This is telling you momentum. And you're right. Leadoff walk to the pitcher. Look what happens.
Well, they also don't get enough base runners in order to not take advantage of this sort of situation. Somebody's going to give you a gift, a walk to the pitcher, and then a pop fly single to extend the inning.
Also by Sandoval all the way to third base.
Part of this is on Gorzelani, who's walked a pair, including the pitcher in this frame. His 25th pitch of the inning is fouled back up our direction. Gorzelani came over along with reliever John Grabo from the Pirates in a 5-player deal. Pitchers Kevin Hart, Jose Ascanio, and third baseman Josh Harrison went back to Pittsburgh. Ball hit foul and out of play again.
And when the Giants acquired Ryan Garco back on July 27th, well, this is a perfect situation for him to come through, especially here at home. Against a lefty, men in scoring position, some momentum going. Get your team closer.
The 2-2 delivery by Gorzelani. Checked his swing in time on the appeal. So says Mike Everett at first.
If anything, I thought it was going to be a called strike. Good job holding that barrel back.
So Uribe will be on the move. Ball gets in the gap, and this game could be tied. The 3-2 pitch by Gorzolani. Ball hit foul and out of play. Garco was a solid RBI man over in Cleveland. Knocked in 90 in 2008. But just 12 RBI in limited time with the Giants.
Change of league for some. It's not all that easy.
You can see Gorzolani pretty much breezed through the first 2 innings, but it'll be his 29th pitch and 60th of the game on his next delivery. Going to be under that and squeeze it. So the Cubs give Barry Zito and the Giants one back. It's 3-1 as we head to the 4th.
What can you learn from Tony Stewart?
You got to sell stuff you love. People have to trust you. You are what you endorse. So any questions?
Why is nobody buying my Estrada glasses? Hello? Estrada.
Look at me. I got 1 million of these care crushers on load. Nothing. How do you do it, Tony?
Look, endorse things you believe in. Like me and the Whopper. I endorse it because I love it.
Okay, you lost me on that one, Tony.
Estrada.
Whopper, flame fresh taste, endorsed and loved by Tony Stewart.
Ready for a refreshing new twist on Bud Light? Introducing Bud Light Golden Wheat. All the drinkability of Bud Light brewed with golden wheat for a refreshing new taste. Bud Light Golden Wheat. Light beer, huge flavor.
How bad is your heartburn?
My heartburn, it's like a volcano in my chest. Boom! But one Zantac later, and that volcano is history. All day or all night.
Heartburn, attack it. Zantac.
It's too bad your vehicle's warning signs aren't this easy to spot. Fortunately, though, there are Napa Auto Care Centers where professional technicians will give your vehicle the preventive maintenance it needs to improve your gas mileage and possibly avoid major problems down the road. Napa, get the good stuff.
Hello, I'm a Mac. And I'm a PC.
And I'm looking to buy a great computer.
Well, allow me to introduce the top-of-the-line PC.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Hey.
Well, I want a computer with a big screen.
Look no further.
And a really fast processor.
Some say I'm too fast.
And I want one that just works without thousands of viruses and tons of headaches.
Look, lady, any PC you get's gonna have those problems.
Well, I think I'll go with Mac.
Great. Look, when you're ready to compromise, you call me.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Budweiser, is sponsored by Bank of America. Show the world it's not like, it's love. Get MLB banking only from Bank of America. By Zantac. Heartburn, attack it. Zantac. And by Chevy. Top of the 4th in San Francisco. Cubs up 3-1. Ryan Theriot looks at strike 1. Theriot batting for the 3rd time in the first 4 frames. Taps one foul.
Okay, now defensively, when you see your pitcher struggling like Zito did in that 3rd inning, you want to bust him, make sure you're making plays, cut down the pitches for him, keep him in that ball game. He has been through grinds like this before in his career and has found a way to keep you in the ball game. The gloves have to help him out.
The 0-2. Ball popped over the head of Franson, and actually he's going to glove it for out number 1. And with that, it is time for a direct TV game break. Let's send it on over to Chris Rose. All right, Chris, thanks very much. In our nation's capital, Matt Dias of the Braves chops one. Look at Peter Orr. Is this an end zone celebration? I like the spike. And then Chipper to Elijah Dukes. Yeesh. 137 errors, leads the Bigs. Braves win at 11-5, and Jim Riggleman, yeah, we're all kind of scratching our head at that franchise. Remember to follow your favorite out-of-market team only on DirecTV. And so the Braves win gets them within 3 games of NL wildcard leading Colorado, which plays later on this evening. It'll be Wainwright and Jimenez in that matchup. But how about the Braves making a run?
Pitching does the job for you. If you have 5 solid starters like they do, and Bobby Cox's experience at the helm, at the end you get a little break here and there. You're going to find a way to get closer, make it more interesting.
Taguchi looks at a strike, and 5 of the Braves' final 8 games will come against those same Washington Nationals. So if you're thinking scheduling advantage, Braves. 3-1 delivery to Taguchi, and we are full.
You mentioned 137 errors. Compare that to the most errors in the American League, the Royals, with 112. Quite a difference.
Ball tapped to Garco, gloves it, underhand toss to Zito, and 2 up, 2 down here in the 4th. Well, Fox Sports is proud to support the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. The Michael J. Fox Foundation's goal is to drive the development of better treatments and a cure for Parkinson's. To learn more, please log on to michaeljfox.org. All season long, we've been wearing those special pins in honor of Michael J. Fox and his foundation. Maybe you've seen those PSAs Joe Buck and Tim McCarver shot with the actor, and talked to Joe and Tim about it. They said they had a great time with Michael. Obviously an amazing sense of humor. Just an amazing job he has done with that foundation as well, and we are happy to support his efforts.
In the absolute, using what has been given to him and sharing that and helping others.
That ball lifted by Ramirez deep to left. Velez gives it a look, and he's going to need a ticket. For Ramirez, his 15th homer of the year. And the Cubs have a 3-run lead yet again.
Well, just consider how big his absence was. 15 home runs. This is only game number 79. True sign of a healthy slugger.
So Cubs lead at 4-1. As Jake Fox lifts one foul, he got the Cubs on the scoreboard back in the 3rd with a 2-run single. Look at Ramirez climbing up the all-time Cubs home run board to within Hack Wilson.
How about Gracie? Huh?
Yeah, where's the doubles board when you need it? Or where's the triples that were turned into doubles board? Because Grace is definitely atop that one. Fox having a solid afternoon, a pair of singles. This one popped up. Posey's going to give it a look, as will Garco. And it is off Posey's mitt. Somewhat reminiscent of the 1980 World Series, where it went off of Bob Boone's mitt, but Pete Rose was there to lend a helping hand.
And you just want to say, hey, most young catchers have gone through this. It's a grind out there. It's a learning process. Not always easy to establish yourself as a big league catcher. And also battling that high sky. Not an easy task here.
Well, Zito picks up his catcher as he strikes out Fox. But the Cubs add another one on the board. Aramis Ramirez with his 15th homer of the year, and it's 4-1 Chicago.
This is humiliating. Stand still so we can get an accurate reading. Okay, 18 pounds and a smidge.
A smidge?
You know, there's really no need to weigh packages under 70 pounds. With priority mail flat rate boxes from the Postal Service, if it fits, it ships anywhere in the country for a low flat rate.
Cool. You know, this scale is off a good 7-8 pounds. Maybe 5.
Priority mail flat rate boxes, only from the Postal Service. A simpler way to ship.
Dad? It's time. You'd be a really nice catch for somebody. please?
Just for Men takes 5 easy minutes, targets only the gray hair, and can start something great.
Yes!
Just for Men.
From the creators of Shrek and Madagascar, everyone's running to buy Monsters vs. Aliens.
This movie is the bomb!
It's the year's funniest comedy.
Oh dear.
It gets 4 stars.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Buy the Monsters vs. Aliens double DVD this Tuesday.
2 half-pounders, please.
Even someone your size only needs 1.
Yeah, but I'm taking my mama to lunch.
$1.99 half-pounders at Taco Bell, featuring the new Nacho Crunch Burrito. $1.99 gives you double the seasoned beef and all the good stuff. Think outside the bun.
People think that Honda is always the most fuel-efficient choice. Well, the Chevy Cobalt XFE has better highway mileage than a comparable Honda Civic. The all-new Chevy Equinox has better mileage than Honda CR-V, and Chevy Malibu has better mileage than Accord. However, Honda does make something that we just can't compete with. It's self-propelled.
Introducing the 60-day satisfaction guarantee. Buy a new Chevy, and if you don't love it, we'll take it back.
Tigers manager Jim Leland once worked in an auto factory not far from Detroit. It was there he learned the values he's taught his team.
What I demand of my team, prepare to win.
Toughness, hard work, and a never-say-die attitude.
Tigers win it!
He and players like Verlander, Cabrera, and Granderson know the meaning of bringing a championship to the Motor City.
It means so much to a lot of people.
This is beyond determination. Watch the 2009 postseason on Fox and TBS.
Aramis Ramirez supplying the power in the top of the 4th. His 15th homer has given the Cubs a 4-1 lead. As the rookie Buster Posey steps in, he is 0 for 1 and 1 for 7 now in his big league career. Posey, a guy that hit .325 with 18 homers and 80 RBI in Single A San Jose and Triple A Fresno this year. He is going to hit.
And behind the plate, not shabby at all. He threw out 39 of 89 base runners trying to steal. Huh. Quite a talent.
Now the question is, do you hand this pitching staff over to Buster Posey in 2010?
Short answer for you will be, I always like a veteran presence behind the plate to break in a youngster. So the answer to me is no.
Really?
If I can sign a veteran catcher, bring Molina back or get somebody else to help him out, then it's a different story. But to him, every single day, no.
Ball tap foul.
It's not a knock on him. I'm just saying it's a lot easier just to break him in easily, and as he gets better and better, gets more experience, then you throw him out more often.
Called strike 3, so the rookie's going to have a seat. As he's now 1 for 8 in his career.
And Tom Gorzolani on the attack. Well used both sides of the plate. As you saw this last fastball cut from the outer third out to the middle of the plate.
So Nate Schierholtz stepping in. Grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd.
We had talked about the previous at bat, Chris, how good Schierholtz is against left-handed pitchers. Well, lefty against lefty. He came into this game hitting .388 against southpaws. Well, reason is watch the front of his body, stays close, because he knows at some point he's going to see some of those spinning away. So the quieter he is with this front side of his body and doesn't pull in this direction, the easier it is for him to track down missing fastballs and those sliders over the plate.
And Schierholtz grounds one, a lone burner into center. So 1 on and 1 out for Kevin Franson.
Well, ask Rock Carew how many of those he got. Nothing wrong with it. And this is what I'm talking about. Stay close, fight it out. Maybe you're looking at a breaking ball, but if you stay right on the ball and don't open up too quickly, let those burners go by, baby.
So it brings up Kevin Franson. Grounded into a double play to end the second.
And for the Giants, Chris, how big would it be this week to not have Edgar Renteria out with elbow surgery?
And he is done until 2010. And Bruce Bochy pretty much said we didn't see the real Edgar Renteria this year at all. That he was just too banged up. Hit a career low 250, drove in just 48 runs.
And even with those low numbers, had some very, very big hits for them.
Franson looks at one down and in, so it's 2-1. Franson made his big league debut back in 2006 when he played 41 games with the Giants. Gorzelani's going to keep an eye on Shearholtz, who can run a little bit.
Not a bad idea, as Bruce Bochy would like to get something going somehow, even down by 3. If he's not paying attention to you, at some point you got to let him go.
So it's now 3-1. Jesus Guzman is in the on-deck circle, getting ready to bat for Barry Zito should Franson reach. Rip foul. Got a good cut there. The 3-2. Shearholtz is going. The ball's foul, so we'll do it again.
There's quite a week ahead for the Giants to stay in it. The Atlanta Braves, but over the American League, those Minnesota Twins. Never die, Minnesota Twins.
Now just 2 back of the Tigers in the American League Central. Minnesota and Kansas City tonight. Detroit at Chicago. The 3-2 by Gorzelani. Swing and a miss by Franson. 2 down. And time right now for a DirecTV game break. For that, we send it on over to Chris Rose. All right, Chris, thank you very much. In the Bronx, CC Sabathia getting that defensive help. Jed Lowry the shot, but look at Melky. I probably didn't need to jump for that one. And then the Yuka. But it's the captain. Says, I'll take that, thank you. CC with a no-no through 4. Remember to follow your favorite out-of-market team only on DirecTV. With Dice K pitching well as well. So Barry Zito's afternoon is finished. Jesus Guzman looks at ball 1.
Guzman a solid bat, even though he's only 1 for 7 as a pinch hitter. He was the MVP of the Venezuelan Winter League, setting new records.
Swing and a miss by Guzman.
Hit 349 the winner. 13 home runs and 67 RBI in 61 games.
That is Brandon Metters getting loose. He will take over for Barry Zito in the top of the 5th. Ball outside. Bruce Bochy just really been waiting all season for somebody to get that huge hit. When are we going to get that? Outstanding pitching, but the problem has been at the dish. And there is a base hit. Shearholtz is going to hit second and keep chugging, so the Giants will have runners at the corners with 2 down.
Well, you come off the bench and you have an idea what that pitcher has been doing throughout the game. Doesn't try to pull this one, doesn't look at the scoreboard thinking I need to do more than what I'm capable of, but takes what is given to him. Great piece of hitting. Once the ball's hit behind you, there's no need to look. You know you have to be at third base.
So after the pinch hit by Guzman, Scherholtz over at third for Eugenio Velez, the leadoff man who's 0 for 2. And looks at strike one.
You mentioned that elusive big base hit. Here's another opportunity. They've had plenty of them since the very first inning.
Swing and a miss by Velez. Can't catch up to the 93-mile-an-hour heater. Now Gorzolani up 0-2.
But also, as they've had opportunities, they've also had to face this tough lefty, who really is bringing it up another notch when he's needed it, and it's worked for him.
That ball tapped to the second baseman Baker. Gloves. Throws, and Gorzolani gets out of trouble yet again. So the Giants lead 2, and they're down 3 as we head to the 5th.
Chevy Silverado. More confidence than Ford F-150. Better backed than F-150. At a value F-150 can't touch. Silverado, from the family of the most dependable, longest-lasting full-size pickups on the road. Just announced, it's Chevy Truck Month. Get 0% APR for 60 months or $6,000 total cash back on select 2009 Silverado vehicles that have been in stock the longest.
I know exactly what I'm getting.
He always knows what he's getting here.
No menu needed.
Have you heard about our never-ending pasta bowl?
Wait a minute.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl. Classic sauces and delicious new ones like our homemade creamy Parmesan Florentine and roasted portobello pomodoro. Choose all the sauce and pasta combinations you want, just $8.95, plus unlimited salad and breadsticks.
Who's not sure what to order now?
Not sure what I'm gonna order first.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
We didn't know which of the 3,296 Holiday Inn hotels you'd be staying in. So we're refreshing all of them. Holiday Inn, official partner of Major League Baseball road trips.
Hey, did you ever find tickets to Hawaii?
Hawaii 5-0. Book 'em, Dano. Aloha, Mele, Kalikimaka, Surf Lingo. Bruh, I was stoked when I caught that tasty barrel.
Seriously, did you price out tickets?
How to beat a traffic ticket. 10 proven methods traffic courts don't want you to know.
What are you talking
Talk
about?
turkey.
What?
Talk live with hot singles in your area. They're waiting.
Who's waiting?
Find the cure at Bing.com. It's not just a search engine, it's the first ever decision engine from Microsoft.
How bad is your heartburn?
My heartburn, it's like a volcano in my chest. Boom! But one Zantac later, and that volcano is history. All day or all night.
Heartburn, attack it. Zantac.
Well, Barry Zito's day is done in San Francisco. On comes 29-year-old right-hander Brandon Metters, making his 59th appearance on the season, 4-1 on the year. Has one fouled away there by Jeff Baker.
He could get the strikeout. He comes into this ballgame with 56 strikeouts and 65 1/3, but also he has walked 31.
Metters from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Made his big league debut with the Diamondbacks out here in San Francisco back in 2005. Saws off Baker. Uribe's going to have to hurry, and he gets it. A pretty barehanded play by Juan Uribe. Well, Milton Bradley, his season is done, suspended for the rest of the season by the Cubs. Didn't get off on the right foot. That was his first game in Chicago, thrown out by the ump, and then with only 2 outs, throws the ball in the stands. Then in September, what's he do? He, bothered by knee problems, takes himself out after a base hit, and then last weekend told a Chicago reporter, you understand why they haven't won in 100 years, because it's all negative. So the Cubs, early part of the week, suspended him with pay for the remainder of the season. Now, Bradley hasn't spoken to any of the Cubs, but he did issue a statement. He did apologize. He said, my frustration and disappointment boiled over. And I said and did certain things I regret. In hindsight, I wish I had handled certain things differently, and I apologize for those things that did not work out for the better. Now, Bradley signed to a 3-year, $30 million deal before the season. Had 2 years and $21 million left on that deal. Kevin Gregg's a free agent after this year. Aaron Miles signed a 2-year, $4.5 million deal. Those are three things that really didn't work. But really, circle Milton Bradley on this one, because the question is, what do you do with him? And how do you get rid of him if he's not really welcomed back into the Cubs clubhouse in 2010?
When you talk about that much money left still, it presents a big hurdle for the Cubs in the front office.
They're going to have to eat the contract. I think they understand they're going to have to eat the balance of that $21 million left on the deal.
One thing I really would like to see is, at some point, Milton Bradley address his teammates face to face. Get in that clubhouse and face your teammates.
Well, his teammate Reed Johnson down on the count 1 and 2. You know, there's been some talk in the Chicago papers, possible destinations for Bradley, and Kevin Towers, the GM down in San Diego, really wouldn't mention too much about Bradley because of tampering possibilities, but he said, listen, we enjoyed having him down here. He was productive for us. That was back in 2007. He played 42 games and hit .313 with the Padres. There was even one writer that suggested Bradley come out here where they need some pop from a corner outfielder and maybe trade contract for contract. The name of Aaron Rowan was being bantied about by those in the media.
It's a trade that is not going to be made through the media. It's easy to say, oh, you know, this salary fits there, why not send him there? But you're also talking about intangibles, what every player brings with them. Things that are accepted and things that are not accepted. And I thought for sure Lou Piniella could have been the guy, obviously, to at least smooth out Milton Bradley, get the most out of his talent. There's a talent still there. There's undoubtedly. Another big league manager that thinks highly of him is Ron Washington with the Texas Rangers, where Bradley enjoyed a fine year last season.
Had an all-star year down there and was very quiet. You didn't hear much about him. But just about every other step of the way, whether it's been in Montreal or Cleveland, LA, Oakland, you've heard something. And now let's hear about the possible future of Milton Bradley with our Ken Rosenthal.
Chris, Jose, teams already have called the Cubs about outfielder Milton Bradley. The Giants, the Padres, the Rangers, Rays, and Mets are among the clubs with possible interest. In fact, the Cubs are confident that they can trade Bradley without paying the overwhelming majority of the remaining $21 million on his contract. One way to do it would be by exchanging Bradley's deal for another that is similarly inflated, or the Cubs can simply use the old sliding scale. The more money they kick in, the better the player they get back.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. All those teams probably willing to take chances on the guys, turn the fortunes on the diamond around.
Sometimes it takes one person to click with, and you already mentioned no issues over in Texas with Ron Washington and the way he communicated with him, but I'm not going to blame any manager for any of this. At some point, it's a player that has to accept the responsibility as to why do I keep running into problems.
But also, why do teams keep giving him a chance? I think that's the big question. Obviously, talent wins over everything in pro sports. We understand that.
Listen, and I've known Milton Bradley for a long time. We spent some time together in the minor leagues with Montreal in '97, and as a human being, one-on-one, no problems. Because the things that happen in the clubhouse sometimes or out on the field are not accepted. Shouldn't be.
Sandoval gloves that one over to Franson for one, and a double play gets Brandon Metters out of the inning, and the Giants back in the dugout. They are down 3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th.
Ready for a refreshing new take on Bud Light? Introducing Bud Light Golden Wheat. All the drinkability of Bud Light brewed with golden wheat for a refreshing new taste. Bud Light Golden Wheat. Light beer, huge flavor.
So any questions?
Why is nobody buying my Estrada glasses?
Look, endorse things you believe in, like me and the Whopper. I endorse it because I love it.
Hello? Estrada.
Whopper, endorsed and loved by Tony Stewart.
The iPhone has all kinds of apps. Apps that help you find a movie, and apps that help you find your parking spot. There are apps to help you pass a test. There are apps to help you pass the time. There are apps for those who love to read, and even those just learning how.
Bird.
Yep, there are 75,000 apps for just about anything, only on the iPhone.
I have COPD, which makes it hard to breathe. But now that I'm breathing better with Advair, I can enjoy the zoo with my grandkids.
For people with COPD, including chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both, great news. Advair helps significantly improve lung function. While nothing can reverse COPD, Advair is different from most other medications because it contains both an anti-inflammatory and a long-acting bronchodilator working together to help you breathe better. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than twice a day. People with COPD taking Advair may have a higher chance of pneumonia. Advair may increase your risk of osteoporosis and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Advair.
We had a great day, Grandpa.
We sure did. Ask your doctor how Advair helps improve lung function for better breathing.
Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advaircopd.com.
Back in San Francisco, where the Cubs lead the Giants 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the 5th, and it's time to play my favorite game show around. It's called My Favorite Canadian. And since neither Brian Adams nor Mike Myers or even Larry Walker were available, we'll have to take the guy that's from Gibbons, British Columbia, Ryan Dempster. What's up, Demp?
How we doing?
Where is Gibbons? Is that near Vancouver?
Gibson's.
Sorry,
yeah, that's
Gibson's.
All right. It's been mispronounced before. It's a 40-minute ferry ride away from Vancouver, British Columbia.
Okay, so now I'm going to be hated in Gibson's, British Columbia. That's Andres Torres lifting one to right, and there's one down. So you're not mathematically done, Ryan, but Luke Nell pretty much said you guys are playing the role of spoiler, and you guys have been doing that over the last 48 hours here.
Yeah, we've been playing some special baseball. We really have. You know, we got a lot of guys here, kind of a good group, a special group of guys, and we're just trying to go out there and win as many games as possible and have some fun down the stretch. We all play with a lot of pride, and I think like anybody around the league, and you know, you sign up to play 162 games, so why not try and finish as strong as you can regardless of where you're at in the standings. And you know, there's not an X-Buyer name yet, so you keep fighting as long as you can.
Do you keep following some of the other races going on?
Yeah, it's fun. I'm a baseball fan, so you know, I watch you know, highlights after the game and pick up the paper and see what's going on, and I got friends on other teams, so you know, it's kind of fun to see everything. It's fun. You look at like the American League Central, and it's going to come down to a real tight race there at the end, and you look forward to that, and maybe something special happening.
So which friend do you go, you lucky dog?
Yeah, I said that to DeRosa when we were just in St. Louis.
You ain't kidding on that one.
Yeah, so because I know how much fun we had the last 2 years uncorking that champagne and getting to the playoffs, and he looks like he might have a chance to do it again.
Ryan Dempster from Gibson's, British Columbia, if you're scoring at home, as Pablo Sandoval is up. What about hockey season? Don't they drop the puck soon, pal?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Chicago this winter and get out to some Blackhawk games and watch those guys go out there and do their thing. They got a real good young team, and looking forward to watching them play a whole bunch of games.
Baker gloves it, and Sandoval is done for out number 2. Where's your Canadian accent, eh? No hoser, no nothing? What's going on?
I check it in at customs. They take it from me.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, every time I cross the border, they take it away, and I get it back when I go up there.
Still doing that stand-up routine?
No, just usually on every leap year.
Every leap year?
So, yeah, you'll catch me February 29th. I do a show.
That's a good. Hey, man, Second City. You can join them.
Yeah, I've been there a few times, and hopefully get a chance to go out there and fool around with those guys and have some fun. they're a lot quicker than I am. I'm not very bright, so they seem to know what they're doing out there.
Well, if you're not too bright, you could definitely work at Fox. I mean, they'll hire just about anybody. Take the case of the guys up in the booth.
I mean, yeah, they got you working there, so.
Okay, all right, funny guy.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right.
Hey, Deb, you had a chance to face an old teammate of yours, and Brad Penny. What was that like? Any back talk there?
Oh yeah, we were having fun with each other. Everyone said asking him on the bench why were you yelling at Demp, and we were just talking to each other. We were having fun, and you know, that's competition. When you get a chance to go against you know, a guy you played with, and I played with Brad for a long time, and you know, he's a good buddy, and to go out there and compete against each other, and you know, I was sad I didn't get the W, but we got it, and that was the most important thing. And you know, he's throwing the ball really great. He's a big pickup for these guys, and when he's healthy, you know, he's as good as they get when he's on his game. So you know, I'm just glad he's back throwing the ball the way he's capable of throwing it.
Yeah, but he's a big mixed martial arts guy, big UFC fan of Chuck Liddell. You got to stay out of the octagon with him. Don't get in there.
I still think I can take him.
Oh, he's 275, dude. What do you weigh, about 212?
Yeah, but I'm a little older and wiser. You know.
Hockey leverage.
Yeah, hockey leverage.
Yeah, I'll take him on the ice, throw some skates on him.
Were you ever any good in that sport?
No, I couldn't. I always said I skated kind of like Happy Gilmore, so it was real easy for me to determine what sport I was going to play growing up.
That's good. That's good. The 1-1 to Garko is inside.
Garko, it sounds like a superhero's last name.
If so, if you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I'd probably like to be like what do you teleport? Like be able to teleport myself.
Oh yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Well, where's Fox going? I don't know. There were two down. You're gonna have to rip on him for that one.
I'm gonna do that actually right now. I'm gonna give him a hard time. Let him know we still only play 3 outs here in the big leagues.
All right, Ryan. Thanks. We appreciate the time, buddy.
Hey guys, anytime.
Cubbies lead it 4-1.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's great for tailgating, right? Memorial Day, Mother's Day.
It's grilled.
Grilled.
Today's good.
Tuesday.
Wednesdays.
Any day that ends in Y.
It's delicious.
It's all good.
You've got to taste new Kentucky Grilled Chicken. It's marinated and grilled to perfection for that 5-star fall-off-the-bone taste you just got to come in and try. Now try new Kentucky Grilled Chicken in a 2-piece meal for just $3.99. Taste the unfried side of KFC.
It's okay. Ugh, if only he were more evolved. Then he'd switch from cable to DirecTV and get 5 months of their best TV package for free. Yes, for free. Maybe if he had DirecTV, he wouldn't sit around staring at me 24/7.
To get 5 months free, call 1-800-DIRECTV.
It's been a while since I needed a tie.
Dad, you're gonna get this job. They'll be lucky to have you. I know it.
Just for Men. In 5 easy minutes, targets only the gray to help bring out your best.
How'd it go, Dad?
Honey, I think I'm gonna need more ties.
Yes!
Just for Men. Live forward.
That's the new super slim Samsung LED TV. Best part, Sears can check the competition to guarantee the lowest price.
I'm listening.
We do real-time price checks. We found that there's some guys out there that really agonize about making decisions. It's not their thing. They waffle, they don't know what they're gonna do.
Those guys drive me crazy.
What do you think?
I'll take it.
All right.
I don't know.
Real-time price checks, next day delivery, no regrets. Sears, life well spent.
Today's game, presented by Budweiser, is sponsored by DirecTV. Follow your favorite team no matter where you live with NFL Sunday Ticket on DirecTV. By Kentucky Grilled Chicken. Get a 2-piece meal for just $3.99 and taste the unfried side of KFC. And by Sears. Sears, life well spent. Top of the 6th in San Francisco. Brandon Metter's on for his 2nd inning of work, replacing Barry Zito, who just didn't have it this afternoon after that first frame. Zito threw 5 pitches in the top of the 1st, and then after that ran into all sorts of trouble, including 5 walks on the afternoon. Sam Fuld has walked twice today.
Well, Sam Fuld himself seems like he had quite a week there in one stretch, making plays left and right and center field and left field, and quite an interesting little tap here with his warm-up swing. Watch this.
That ball just inside.
There's you right here, Chris. Watch this. Tap it the other way. Little timing device.
Sanfold, one of them smart kids, as we like to say. Teammate of Ryan Garco's at Stanford. Got his econ degree. Smart and athletic.
Maybe this tap is like so calculated, we don't even know what it means, huh? Like there's a physical element to it that requires numbers too.
The 3-2. And Fold has himself a base hit. So a hard hit there, and more hard hitting coming your way with week 3 of the NFL season tomorrow on Fox. In fact, during the pregame show, our guys will discuss whether or not undefeated San Francisco is a legitimate title contender in the NFC West. Plus a tough week 1 loss behind him. How will the Bears look to build on last week's victory? It's all on the 4 Drive 1 Fox NFL Sunday pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Only on Fox. The boys having another fine season and a lot of fun so far. Aaron Miles pinch hitting for Tom Gorzolani. Lays down a bunt. Metters barehanded throws, and there's one down as Fold moves up 90 feet. How about those big week 3 games in the NFL on Fox? Matt Ryan, the Falcons, are they for real? They're up to visit Tom Terrific and Giselle's man up there in New England. Also the Giants and Bucks, they'll do battle. And what about Frank Gore? More than 200 yards on the ground. He's going to have to tote the rock against Adrian Peterson and the Vikings. Check out your regional action on Fox NFL Sunday. Pregame at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Matt Ryan and Tom Brady. Well, plenty of pigskin in the air tomorrow up in New England. More information, log on to foxsports.com.
How much pressure will there be put on Brady as the Jets did to him?
Well, if you think about it, they're a strong 2-minute drive against Buffalo from being 0-2. So the Pats really would have had some work to do. Ryan Theriot 1 for 3 with a run scored this afternoon. So Fold at second after being sacrificed over by Aaron Miles.
It's only down by 3 right now, so Metters has a very important inning in giving his offense an opportunity to look up and say, we're still so within reach, just give us a chance. It's all on his shoulders right now.
The 1-1 pitch by Metters. Called strike. Waldis Joaquin getting loose in the bullpen for the second time this afternoon. Theriot, a key member of the LSU Tigers College World Series championship team from 2000. His current Cubs teammate Mike Fontenot also on that club. Swing and a miss by Theriot as Metters gets him his first strikeout of the afternoon. Well, Fox Saturday Baseball is presented by Budweiser. Reach for the perfect combination of flavor and refreshment. Budweiser, the great American lager. And with 2 down, another pinch hitter for Lou Pinella's crew. Kusuke Fukudome stepping in. Batting for So Taguchi.
How many times have we seen a Japanese-born player in the major leagues hit for a Japanese-born player in the major leagues?
Well, I'll be honest, it's the first time I've seen it. I haven't kept track until now, but now I'm going to keep out for it now.
Go ahead and take a look. Go do your research.
Fukudome gets it past the diving Garco. Full hits third and comes home with the Cubs' 5th run of the afternoon.
Well, Lou Piniella talks about getting a big bat and getting some production, but he goes, Fukudome is more than capable if he stays within himself. Well, he does right here, loading up so nicely and coming through on the zone, and also coming off the bench, understanding that he's going to see a strike somehow and waste no time to get another run on the board for those Cubs.
Now it's Aramis Ramirez. Last time he was up, hit his 15th homer of the year. Derek Lee normally would be in this 3 slot, but he's missed the last couple of games with a neck issue. They're not exactly sure how Lee injured his neck or re-injured it. It's kind of something that's plagued him the last few years, but that critical game on Thursday night in the 9th inning, he stole a base and upended Eugenio Velez and took kind of a knee to the noggin. And then after trotting home on Jeff Baker's home run, got slapped on the head during a celebration. So he's not exactly sure which one of those 2 incidents caused the pain in the neck.
Just what you want to hear as a teammate. Ooh, I cost my slugger to be out of the lineup. Oops. That was Guzman. But it happened really when he slid at second base. As you mentioned, boy, what a tumbler he put on Velez. Very versatile player. Velez has played every outfield position besides multiple infield positions for Bruce Bochy. That's why he calls him a wild card.
Ball lifted to the right side of the infield. Franson and Garco. It'll be Garco. But the Cubs tack on another. They lead the Giants 5-1.
We didn't know which of the 3,296 Holiday Inn hotels you'd be staying in. So we're refreshing all of them. Holiday Inn, official partner of Major League Baseball road trips.
See, the high life is about celebrating, not separating. We coming for your VIPs and we ain't the paparazzi. We looking for the little fuzzy rope. Uh-huh. How you doing? Yeah, we're not on that. I can guarantee that. Excuse us. Thank you so much. Paying extra money so other people can't sit next to you. You know where I come from, we party together with a good, honest beer at a tasty price. Fuzzy rope to make y'all feel more important. Common sense ain't on the guest list. These people know how to do it. That's it. Hey!
If you're still one of the guys who's going over and over, going urgently, waking up to go, it's time to do what lots of guys everywhere have already done. Go see your doctor. Because those could be urinary symptoms due to BPH and enlarged prostate. And for many men, prescription Flomax reduces their urinary symptoms due to BPH in 1 week. 1 week. Only your doctor can tell if you have BPH, not a more serious condition like prostate cancer. Avoid driving or hazardous tasks for 12 hours after your first dose or increase in dose, as a sudden drop in blood pressure may occur, rarely resulting in fainting. If considering cataract surgery, tell your eye surgeon you've taken Flomax. Common side effects are runny nose, dizziness, and decrease in semen. Millions of men have been prescribed Flomax. Maybe it's time to see your doctor and ask if Flomax is right for you. And call 877-4FLOMAX to see if you qualify for up to $40 off new or refill prescriptions. For many men, Flomax can make a difference in 1 week.
Well, here is today's Flomax replay.
Aramis Ramirez make contact. Sweet spot, my man, as he delivers number 15 for the year. A clutch performer. The Flomax replay. Aramis Ramirez goes deep. A much needed bat this summer in Chicago.
15th homer of the year for Aramis Ramirez. There is a new pitcher for Chicago. It is 25-year-old Ismailin Caridad. And he delivers a ball to Buster Posey. Caridad recalled earlier this month, appearing in his 11th game. Posey lifts one foul down the right field line. That is Micah Hoffpower, the new first baseman, giving kind of an awkward chase down the line. So Hoffpower replaces Jake Fox. Buster Posey 0 for 2 on the day. 1 for 8 now in his big league career. Fouls another one away.
Hey, we saw him get that first base hit
last Saturday against Jeff Weaver, the Dodgers. Just 2,999 more to go.
Yeah, we listened to his manager believing what he sees in that talent. There's going to be many more to come.
Well, welcome to the big leagues. Posey, a guy who used to deliver the heat in high school, and his early years at Florida State, he used to run it up about 94 miles an hour as a pitcher. Ball lifted to right. Fukudome squeezes it for out number 1. Well, quick reminder, catch all the action of the 2009 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and with our friends over at TBS. The excitement begins October 7th with the divisional series. Hard to believe we're just a week and a half away from that meaningful October baseball. We will rejoin you Friday, October 16th with Game 1 of the American League Championship Series.
Well, National League really taking a nice twist, especially for best record.
Right now, the Dodgers with the upper hand. That one bounces out of the hand of Giovanni Soto. Now, if the season ended today, the first round matchup would be the Dodgers against the Cardinals, who are stacked at the top of that rotation with Carpenter and Wainwright, Pinheiro as well. Who knows what Joe Torre would do at the top of that rotation? Probably be Randy Wolf to start it out. Maybe Kuroda pitching in that second game.
You have Kershaw back. You got Padilla. You got John Garland. So Joe does have some options, and the biggest question is Chad Billingsley. What's happened with him?
1-1 pitch to Scherholtz. Swing and a miss. Actually, that was a hit for Scherholtz, as he was behind on the pitch and I was behind on the count. As for the other possible series, Colorado against Philadelphia. Phillies do lead the season series in that one. Top of that rotation pretty good from the left side with Hamels and Lee. But Colorado's been blazing ever since Jim Tracy took over.
Outstanding. One of the best base running teams the Rockies have seen in a long time. A well-rounded ball club.
Fred Lewis, the pinch hitter. Over in the American League, if the Tigers are able to hold off the Twins, could be New York and Detroit, and that's not good for the Tigers. The good news is they'd be playing. The bad news is it'd be the Yankees. They've lost 5 of 6 to them this year, although they have been pretty competitive games. And for the 5th time in recent memory, it would be the Red Sox and the Angels. This is if things stay as they are today. Red Sox have won all 4 postseason series meetings. Better believe that would weigh on the minds of Mike Scioscia and his crew. And of course, after those matchups, you'd finally get the ALCS. Might it be the Yankees in there for the first time since '04? What about the Tigers? The Angels, no stranger to the postseason party, or the Red Sox. It all gets going right here on Fox Friday, October 16th.
Well, Chris, one thing really has been lost here is the job by Joe Girardi in New York and how Joe has actually approached some situations differently. And he's learned from the past. Very fiery manager, detailed, but he has delegated more of the responsibilities this season to a lot of the coaches and has really paid off nicely for Joe Girardi.
Well, going after his 99th win of the year today, and Fred Lewis caught looking. Caridad a solid 1-2-3-6, and the Cubs lead it by 4. We'll return after a break from your local Fox.
You're watching Major League Baseball on Fox.
We're asking people why they like shopping at Blaine's.
Farm & Fleet has the brands that he's looking for.
Good selection of pretty much anything.
And I can just come here and get the lowest price.
I find value at Farm & Fleet all the time.
Right now, save on the Generac 3250 portable generator. It's $357.99. Get a Farm & Fleet gift card by mail with select DeWalt purchases. And the Sanborn 60-gallon belt drive compressor is $429.99.
It's a better value at Farm & Fleet.
Real people, real reasons to shop at Blaine's Farm & Fleet.
Mrs. Ross, your son glued his hands to his face.
Mom, I married a drummer. He's awesome.
Hey, honey, have you seen my pants?
It's impossible to stress out in a hot tub from the Great Escape, and our last chance summer sale makes now the best time to buy. Save $500 to $2,000 on stress-melting hot tubs from Jacuzzi, Sundance, and Viking. Save even more on floor models at the Great Escape.
Escape your everyday, shop the Great Escape.
So, it's truck month, and you know what that means, right? Of course you do. It's the best time to save a wad of cash on built Ford Tough trucks. The #1 trucks 32 years running. Hey, this is the original, the one and only, the real deal.
Now, climb behind the wheel of an 09 F-Series truck and save mucho dinero with 0% financing for 60 months or up to $5,500 cash back. And Ford Credit is on board to get you the financing you need.
The best deals on the best trucks. It's truck month, only at your local Ford dealer.
7, 19, 36, 52, 4, and the mega ball number is 35. That concludes last night's Mega Millions drawing.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Weekdays at 4 on Fox 18.
Welcome back to Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Budweiser, the great American lager. Defensive changes for the San Francisco Giants. Fred Lewis struck out to end the 6th, is now in left. Eugenio Velez moves from left to second. And there's a brand new pitcher on the mound. It is 22-year-old right-hander Waldis Joaquin. Micah Hoffpower fouls one away. Joaquin made his big league debut back on August 4th. This is his second stint up in the bigs with the Giants and his 9th appearance overall.
Another strong arm from the farm system for the San Francisco Giants, and they have quite a few of them.
Hoffpower, a guy that provides plenty of pop. 10 homers in just 98 games this season. Rips one to left. Lewis comes on and can't quite glove it. So Hoffpower and the Cubs have yet another leadoff man on.
Seems like the ball is always going to find you the minute you come to the ball game, huh? It was catchable. I don't think he had a good idea of the angle and the way he positioned his glove to catch that ball with his thumb facing down instead of sideways.
It's an error on Fred Lewis.
And of course, from up here, everything looks easy, huh?
Jeff Baker, 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Looks at a ball. And there's a strike.
Chris, when we had a chance to talk to Lou Piniella before the game, he seems very pleased with what Jeff Baker has brought, huh? Hitting .406 in his last 9 games, but pointed to his general manager, Jim Hendry.
Well, Baker, a guy that came over in early July from Colorado for one of the great names in this sport, Al Albuquerque. I mean, that is a great name, Al Albuquerque.
Tied to the Isotopes, right? Albuquerque.
Hoffpower's up and running. Posey's throw is not in time. Stolen base for Hoffpower.
Right away, the young catcher is going to go out there and say, okay, men at second base, this is the sequence we're going to use. But Joaquin gave Posey no chance here to throw this guy out at second base. And going back to something I mentioned before, he threw out 39 of 89 in the minor leagues this season.
That is a remarkable percentage. Well into the 40s, almost unheard of in pro baseball. Well, the 2-2 pitch, gloved, and throws, and they got Hoffpower at second. A great play by Waldis Joaquin just to get the ball, and then to have the wherewithal to cut down Hoffpower at second.
It's not good base running, but look how much time he took to make sure he had somebody over second base before he makes that throw. A lot of times we'll see a play like this. You see the pitcher rush and throw the ball out there, but there's nobody there. Great timing play. Almost like a pickup play, huh?
Very, very good. So the defense did Joaquin in at the top of this frame, but here he helps himself. Baker on at first with 1 down, and Reed Johnson, who's had a solid afternoon, looks at strike 1. Johnson doubled in the second. Pair of walks since then. The 0-1 pitch ripped foul, and it's time right now for our Taco Bell bringing the heat. Our starters, Gorzolani and Zito, long gone, but Gorzolani left a lasting impression. Also brought the heat, 94 there in the 4th.
Really got better as the game went along. What I really liked about Gorzolani today, he took it to another step when he needed to and did not mess around. He went to number 1. That fastball, in and out, kept it down.
Now 2 starts in San Francisco for Gorzolani. He's given up just 1 earned run in 14 innings of work. Once again, vying perhaps is Gorzolani for that 5th slot in the rotation next year. Rich Harden's a free agent. Don't know what they're going to do with him. But solid 1 through 4. Zambrano, Wells, Lilly, Dempster. As Lou Piniella told us, Jose, they just need a little tweaking, this team. They don't need to revamp the whole squad, but they need certain guys to bounce back. Soto and Soriano and Fukudome to do a little more, and this is a problem for Reed Johnson. Remember, he fouled a ball off his foot on July 30th and suffered a cracked bone in that left hoof.
You mentioned, Lou Piniella mentioned a little tweaking. That's a message to his ball club. I believe in what we have in here. We don't need a major overhaul, but Lou did say, I need a run producer. I need somebody who's going to drive in runs, and I could mismatch and put Fukudome here and Soriano there, but I need a guy that's going to bring that run in. Men at third base, less than 2 outs, and whatever it takes to get the run in.
And Johnson dumps one into right. So runners at first and second now with 1 down.
One thing as you get to the big leagues, some of the habits you have to break. What I see from Joaquin, look at his hands break here. A little too early for me. Watch. He's showing the hitter a little too much too soon. When the hitter picks up fingers and wrists and the way you go about breaking your glove in your hand, a lot of things could be read in the big leagues here quickly.
Speaking of breaking, They're looking at Reed Johnson's foot. A foul ball earlier in the at-bat, and that is the same foot that he broke back on July 30th that landed him on the DL.
He was telling me, it hurt all the way from the bottom all the way through that foot.
Well, Johnson's caused some serious pain for the Giants. He's been on base all 4 times. So now it's first and second, one down for Giovanni Soto. Ball ripped to left center, but it is gloved by Torres. And so now there's 2 down.
This is more what Lou Piniella wants to see from Giovanni Soto. We were mentioning about this earlier today. This approach. Let the ball get to you. Trust your hands and stay inside of it. If he keeps that approach throughout his career, he's going to have a lot of RBIs and a lot of high averages. And Lou doesn't think he's going to be, a 300 hitter. But he goes, he could be a good 260, 280 hitter and bring me some runs. Giovanni Soto, Rookie of the Year.
Well, Sam Fuld, he will not be that RBI guy for Lou Piniella.
What do you say then?
Well, he's still looking for his first big league RBI and now his 85th plate appearance. So I'm just guessing here. I'm not trying to be manager of the Cubs, but I'm guessing that he wants an RBI guy that's going to produce one more than every half a season.
Okay. I'll base it on that.
Okay. Well, there's a ball ripped down the right field line. Just foul.
This game is just not fair sometimes.
The entire Fuld family.
Huh?
Yeah, the Fuld family hoping that that was going to be the first RBI in the career of young Sam.
To come this close, beautiful swing. Those white lines, man. He's going, move him a little bit more that way. Want that ribeye.
So now the 0-2 pitch by Waldis Joaquin. Just misses inside.
CB Bucknor behind the plate, probably reminding the young catcher, hey, you stay down until I call the pitch.
The 1-2. Ball lifted foul. Sandoval giving chase, but running out of room. Well, the Cubs can feel a little bit better about their situation. They have won 5 of their last 6 games. Yes, they were hoping for a three-peat in the NL Central, but let's remember this is a team that hadn't won consecutive division titles until Lou Piniella got here since 1908. Which was a pretty good year for the franchise. But when you have waited now 101 years for that championship, patience wears thin.
And let's be honest here. This is the team that was expected to roll all over the opponents in the postseason last year. Quickly.
And they got swept by the Dodgers and
quickly got out.
Part of the problems that they had in the playoffs led them to the signing of Milton Bradley and everything that came along with that. Broken bat. Garco gloves it, gets to the bag, and the Cubs are done. It is stretch time in San Francisco, 5-1 Chicago.
So you wanted to trade in your old car, but it just wasn't a clunker. In fact, it's actually worth more than what the government was paying. Worth plus cash back, and while supplies last, you'll get a year's worth of gas for just $1.49 a gallon. Looks like your old car just went up in value.
I'll come to Taco Bell.
$1.99? 2 half-pounders, please.
To be honest, Mr. Holyfield, even someone your size only needs one.
Yeah, but I'm taking my mama to lunch.
Just one and you're done. Taco Bell's new $1.99 half-pounders. Whoa. Featuring the new Nacho Crunch Burrito. For just $1.99, you get double the seasoned beef and all the good stuff. Think outside the bun.
Emmett, your gray facial hair has put you in a rocking chair.
Your beard is weird.
Just for Men Gel.
Gets rid of gray in 5 easy minutes.
His edge is back. He scores! Just for Men. Keep your edge.
How bad is your heartburn?
My heartburn? It's like a volcano in my chest. Boom! But one Zantac later, and that volcano is history. All day or all night.
Heartburn, attack it. Zantac.
Yeah. May your hands always be busy. May your feet always be swift. And may you have a strong foundation when the winds of change shift. And may your heart always be joyful. And may your song always be sung. Sing it. May you stay forever young. May you stay.
Every generation refreshes the world. Pepsi, the official soft drink of Major League Baseball.
Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Budweiser, is sponsored by Just for Men. Stay in the game with Just for Men hair color. By Pepsi. Pepsi's the official soft drink of Major League Baseball. And by Hyundai Assurance. A little certainty in uncertain times. Back in San Francisco, where the Cubs lead the Giants 5-1, and it is time right now for our Pepsi Clutch performer, and it's Joey Tolucci. That's right, Joey, the ball boy for the Giants, chatting up the ump.
And maybe you can put aside a bottle of water and a bottle of the clear Gatorade for me. I like it at room temperature instead of cold.
Really?
Yeah, what's so funny about that? What's this guy's name?
Metters.
Okay, thank you. No wonder you were laughing at me when I said I wanted it at room temperature. I thought you guys had bottles, man.
And C.B. Buckner would also like the red M&Ms in his dressing room before he goes on with Jay Leno tonight.
Well, we know that our bad boy takes orders very well.
Yes, Joey Tolucci, our Pepsi Clutch performer. To learn more about the MLB Clutch Performer of the Month, go to PepsiClutch.com. So, Joey, job well done, my friend. And I like my high-quality H2O at room temperature as well. Randy Winn, the pinch hitter. 2 for 5 as a pinch hitter. It was a warm day, almost 80 degrees here in San Francisco. Forecast is clear play, but well, we've been doing that for 6.5 innings, so we'll continue to. Win a big swing and a miss. Randy Winn, 1,596 games played, the most by an active player without playing in October, when it really counts, if you know what I mean. Spins out of the way of that one.
You had already mentioned Randy Wolf for the Dodgers, and he's getting closer and closer to playing in the postseason for the first time ever. For Randy Winn, the window's still open. Need a comeback and stay alive throughout this whole week.
Well, that comeback has really got to start right now. They are running out of outs. Another offensive struggle for the Giants as Winn lifts one foul. And if you're the Giants, what do you try and do in the offseason to help this pitching staff out that has really been so solid? Kane and Randy Johnson missed significant time, but Jonathan Sanchez picked up the slack a little bit. Obviously Lincecum, who's going to be talked about as Cy Young candidate for the second straight year.
So you're asking me what I would do? First thing I would address is the manager, Bruce Bochy, is coming back, and keep the continuity from the players to understand what philosophy we're going to be playing under.
Well, this is the 25th inning they have played in this series against the Cubs. They have scored 3 runs. And if you're a Giants fan, that is a familiar refrain throughout the season. They really don't have a lot of pop in the outfield corners. Sandoval's been phenomenal. Ishikawa at first has been kind of hit and miss. He's been great at home, but really brutal on the road.
Do you bring Molina back? And will he accept a lesser role?
Ball ripped by Wynn, and he's going to start running. Well, it is a leadoff double for the Giants here in the 7th.
Just what they needed at this point. Wraps around this one, but the knob of that bat stays inside, and he drags that bat through the strike zone for a long time, able to get to any pitch within that plane. Good job by the veteran.
Top of the order now, Eugenio Velez, who is 0 for 3. Looks at a called strike from Ismailin Caridad, who is on for his 2nd inning of work. Tom Gorzolani, the starter, 5 solid innings. Gave up just a run, 5 hits, struck out 5. Ball tapped foul. Well, now it's time for the Just for Men hair color hold leaders. Jeremy Affeldt of the Giants leads all of baseball with 33, and Carlos Marmol, well, yeah, he's taken over the closer's role for Lou Pinella's crew, but still up on the top 5 leaderboard. Just as these relievers keep their team in the game, you too can stay in the game with Just for Men hair color. Velez is no longer staying at the dish. A called 3rd strike.
When he knew it. Too close to take this pitch in this type of situation, with Caridad coming right at you.
Well, John Bowker now on to pinch hit for Andres Torres. Bowker, one of those guys that Giants fans have been screaming, please make the transfer of power down in the minor leagues to up here with the big boys. Had a big homer the other night off of our interviewee earlier in the game, Ryan Dempster. In fact, drove in 2 runs on Thursday night and thought maybe it was going to be the game-winning RBI until Jeff Baker spoiled the dreams. He looks at strike 1. Giants batters have whiffed 8 times this afternoon. Second called strike.
Got some guys guessing now on certain pitches. The Giants have had plenty of opportunities. Men in scoring position in 5 out of the 7 innings so far.
Good stop in the dirt by Soto. Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach for the Cubs.
And Lou Piniella sharing with us today that they're pretty deep when it comes down to talent in the minor leagues with pitching.
He said it's the position players who are a little thin right now in the minors. But this is a team that'll go out and spend some money if it needs to. Ball lifted to center, full. Backing up near the track. Makes the catch. Win. Tags. And makes it to 3rd. Well, weekdays make lunchtime your new prime time. As FoxSports.com brings you lunch with benefits, all you have to do is log on, check out the new episode of the original sports shows delivered to your desktop every Monday through Friday at 1 Eastern. Monday, don't miss the after party with the Glaze, all right? And then on Thursday, Cubed, it's kind of an original show, something different, only at FoxSports.com on MSN.
Center fielder breaking back. What a great job by Fold in center field. He knew exactly which route he wanted to take, and then he waits for the ball there.
Kung Fu Panda up with 2 down. First pitch swinging. Fukudome squeezes it and gets it done, as the Giants don't yet again. They leave another man stranded.
Dish Network takes you where the action is. Every Sunday afternoon, every team, every exciting moment is caught inside the red zone. With NFL Red Zone, as teams get closer to the end zone, so do you. Witness the drama, the hard hits, the game-winning catches as they happen from across the NFL. Get NFL Red Zone on Dish Network for only $5.99 per month. Call 888-GET-DISH for details.
Let's go, Bron. One shot.
For every tick of the clock.
The Ohio State Boys Championship on the line.
Watch your back.
For every bounce of the ball. For every shot I've ever taken.
Switch. Hey, Glass.
Whatever goes down, they're always with me. Team. That's what being there is all about.
See where it all began. More Than a Game. Presented by State Farm in select theaters October 2nd.
He ran off with his secretary.
Oh, enough. You get half and you get half. Team 3, Boathouse.
Oh, yeah. His and hers.
Van Gogh.
Steven.
Mansion. Let you go. Boss, what do we do with the Shih Tzu? Joint custody.
Get work done now. Communicate in less than a second with Nextel Direct Connect. Only on the Now Network.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
It's great for tailgating, right? Memorial Day, Mother's Day.
It's grilled.
Grilled.
Today's good.
Tuesday.
Wednesdays.
Any day that ends in Y.
It's delicious.
It's all good.
You've got to taste new Kentucky Grilled Chicken. It's marinated and grilled to perfection for that 5-star fall-off-the-bone taste you just got to come in and try. Now try new Kentucky Grilled Chicken in a 2-piece meal for just $3.99. Taste the unfried side of KFC.
Perfect beer deserves the perfect pour. Right down the middle, releasing all the flavor. Perfect.
Well, call me a perfectionist.
Randy Wynn doubled to lead off the bottom of the 7th, but was stranded at 30 as the new center fielder. And the new pitcher is 36-year-old right-hander, the former Chicago Cub, Bobby Howry, on for the 61st time this season. And facing Mike Fontenot, who's pinch hitting. Fontenot 5 for 21 as a pinch hitter this season. Foul back. Fontenot was a guy who was maybe going to have a shot at that second base job. Just didn't take it and run with it as Lou Piniella would have liked. And now is pretty much given way to Jeff Baker out there in the second half of the season.
And let's see what they do in the offseason.
The 1-1 pitch by Howry. Swing and a miss. Howry originally a 5th-round pick of these Giants back in 1994, but he was part of that crazy 8-player trade in '97 with the Chicago White Sox, where the Sox dealt away 3 really solid arms in Alvarez, Darwin, and Roberto Hernandez when they were only 3 games back in the division. Ball tapped foul.
He's been very durable in many roles. Bobby Howry still with a very good arm. Opponents only hitting .217 against him with 44 strikeouts in 61 1/3 innings. He has only allowed 49 hits.
Now the 1-2 pitch by Bobby Howry.
He's able to give the fastball different looks with a sinker. Cut it inside as he tied up Fontenot on that one. And run it down very well by taking something off of it. Ball tapped to Garco, who will take it himself. And there is
one down here in the 8th. It is now time for the in-game box score for the Cubs, brought to you by Hyundai, introducing the all-new 306 horsepower rear-wheel drive Hyundai Genesis Coupe. Reed Johnson with the most solid day, not only 2 for 2, but a pair of walks. Aramis Ramirez, his 15th homer of the year. Your Hyundai in-game box score for the Cubs.
Top of that order, doing a nice job for Lou Piniella today.
5th plate appearance for Ryan Theriot, who was Mike Fontenot's college teammate down at LSU.
Theriot has now played or started 141 games at shortstop for the Cubs this season. And many around baseball did not see him more than just a good utility player, but speaks loudly about how good he is holding down that position.
Swing and a miss by Theriot. Ideally, though, he's probably not their leadoff hitter in a perfect world. I know that Lou didn't say much about the top of the order, but I'm sure he might have their eye on a guy like Sean Figgins in the offseason, who is also a free agent, one of baseball's best leadoff men.
When it comes down for Theriot and on-base percentage at .345, he has walked coming into this game 47 times, but he's almost struck out 90 times, Chris. 91 with 1 here today. He puts the ball in play. He does. It's a lot of line drives. Came in hitting .288.
Ball over to Eugenio Velez. Gloves it. And there's 2 down. Now it's time for a DirecTV game break. For that, we send it back to Chris Rose. All right, Chris, thank you very much. In the Bronx, CC Sabathia having his way with Jacoby Ellsbury. 8th strikeout of the afternoon for CC, who's going after his 19th win. And here getting a little help from Robinson Cano, his 24th big fly. It's the lone run of the game so far. 1-zip Yanks in the 8th. Remember to follow your favorite out-of-market team only on DirecTV. And if the Yankees hold on there and get Sabathia's 19th win of the year, the magic number to clinch the AL East will be down to uno. It's my limited Spanish, by the way.
There's more than you. I've heard it.
Not much.
I've heard it in many other shows.
Keisuke Fukudome, who came on and pinch hit back in the 6th, delivered an RBI single. Fukudome has spent much of the year in center field to accommodate Milton Bradley out there in right, but ideally Lou Piniella said he'd like to move him back to right and thinks he can be a Gold Glover out there and really be probably the best defensive right fielder in the National League.
Calls him a very solid right fielder. He goes, not a very solid center fielder, but a very good right fielder. Hey, Lou, it's Lou, man. It's going to come out that way. Gotta love that honesty.
That ball is low.
And I asked Lou about Fukudome as a hitter. You know, production. How do you get more out of him? He says he could be better. I think he's a very good big league hitter. But he didn't say, hey, you know what? We'd like for him to become Hideki Matsui and put up all these numbers. It's not going to happen.
Now Howery behind on the count, 3-1. With Ramirez waiting in the on-deck circle. And the count is full.
I told you, it's easier to catch it when it's warm.
And we'll do it again.
Something you see a lot in Japanese players. Moving their feet a lot as they swing. Little a la Ichiro Suzuki.
Well, it's not like Ichiro when he's basically running out to the pitcher's mound mid windup. Ball 4. Sixth walk of the afternoon by Giants pitching. And Aramis Ramirez stepping in. 1 for 3 in the afternoon with his 15th homer of the year.
Look for Ramirez here to try to center something. Looking middle in to try to open this score even more. Ramirez, you know, sometimes, Chris, pardon me, he flies under the radar a little bit, even though playing in Chicago. But since 2001, he has been the most productive third baseman in baseball.
Swing and a miss there. So Ramirez behind 0-2.
Are they carrying that? Huh?
Okay, I see. I see. Hey, listen, you and I live near Hollywood, so, you know, that could have been anything. That could have been a fake background, you know.
Little green screen.
Yeah, who knows?
Tricks of the truck.
Good stop by Posey. 1-2.
Aramis Ramirez has had years. Back with Pittsburgh at 34 home runs. Then with the Cubs 36, 31, 38, 26, and 27.
He is a two-time All-Star, 6 times, has driven in at least 100 runs in a season. Here he grounds it to Uribe. Goes the short way, and that will do it. Headed to the bottom of the 8th. All aboard. 5-1 Cubs.
Introducing the new great-tasting EAS Myoplex Nutrition Shake with 25 grams of protein, reformulated to help more athletes refuel, build lean muscle, and give their more.
Don't go to bed before the king.
Hey, relax. Dude, relax. Oh, damn.
BK is open late with BK Burger Shots in the entire late-night menu.
It's okay. Ugh, if only he were more evolved. He'd switch to DirecTV and get 5 months of their best TV package for free. Yes, for free.
To get 5 months free, call 1-800-DIRECTV.
It's too bad your vehicle's warning signs aren't this easy to spot. Fortunately, though, there are Napa Auto Care Centers where professional technicians will give your vehicle the preventive maintenance it needs to improve your gas mileage and possibly avoid major problems down the road. Napa, get the good stuff.
We didn't know which of the 3,296 Holiday Inn hotels you'd be staying in. So we're refreshing all of them. Holiday Inn, official partner of Major League Baseball road trips.
Fox Saturday Baseball presented by Budweiser is sponsored by Holiday Inn, official partner of Major League Baseball road trips. By Burger King, who reminds you to have it your way. And by EAS. Don't waste your workout. Finish it with EAS Myoplex. Another gorgeous afternoon here in the Bay Area. Everything except the scoreboard is pleasing to the eye for Giants fans. Down 5-1 in the 8th as the Cubs have their third pitcher on the bump.
And time is running out for the Giants in this game and also in this season.
It is 30-year-old left-hander John Grabo, who came along with Tom Gorzolani from Pittsburgh to Chicago back in July in that 5-player trade. Grabo has really been phenomenal since putting on a Cubs uni. He is a free agent to be. The Cubs have said, we want this guy back. He's going to command a hefty penny.
As we talk about the Cubs, remember there's also a transition of ownership here as to that will affect free agency.
Well, Uribe gets into one and it is gone. For Juan Uribe, his 15th homer of the year. And a sweet swing.
Short to the ball, as he told me before the game, not to try to overdo it, especially against lefties where he seems to fly open too much. Well, not there. But the ball flew.
This is a guy that provides some pop. 3 times in his career, he's hit at least 20 homers in a season. Garco bounces one up the middle. Terrio gloves high throw, but Hoffpauir comes down on the bag for out number 1. Time right now for the in-game box score for the Giants, brought to you by Hyundai, introducing the all-new 306 horsepower rear-wheel drive Hyundai Genesis Coupe. And with the exception of my man Juan Uribe, not much damage done by the rest of the teammates.
And many opportunities very early going. Uribe, let's not forget too, he was the shortstop for the world champ White Sox in 2005.
This ball grounded to second by Buster Posey, and he is now 0 for 4.
Find the barrel. That's what he wants to do, is stay close enough where he can be able to reach out and use the hands without much body. Enough lower body to open up the hips and release those hands. I think he knew it.
But back-to-back groundouts by Garco and Posey, and now the Giants down to their last out in the 8th. It is Nate Schierholtz, who is 1 for 3 with a single. Looks at strike 1 from John Grabo.
The other thing, Chris, about Uribe, non-roster invitee to spring training. Had no guarantees going into camp.
I guarantee you that he will get a few looks this offseason. Hoffpauir is going to glove that one. And after the Uribe home run, 3 harmless groundouts, but the Giants get back within 3.
Hello, I'm a Mac.
And I'm a PC. Mac, it's been kind of a rough quarter, so I brought in a trainer to get me back on top of my game.
Come on, get started, you bucket of bolts. PC Mag rated Mac #1 in customer support. Are you just gonna take that?
No.
PC World's readers called Mac #1 in reliability. He's laughing at you.
I'm not laughing at you.
He's #1 in customer satisfaction. What are you?
Okay, maybe we could try some positive reinforcement at this point.
Sure. You're doing a good job, Mac.
Thanks.
Hey.
The right coverage isn't just about the car.
It's about who's in the passenger seat.
Coverage that's personal for people with freckles and mustard stains in hopes of catching a game ball.
Coverage that's smart when I buy it and even smarter when I need it. Join the thousands of us getting better auto coverage at a better price under the Travelers umbrella.
Get better coverage with Travelers and save an average of $383. To find an agent near you or to get a quote, visit Travelers.com or call 1-800-MY-COVERAGE.
To stay on top of my game after 50, I switched to a complete multivitamin with more. Only one a day men's 50+ Advantage has ginkgo for memory and concentration, plus support for heart health. That's a great call.
One a day men's.
Here's a tip. Order a Budweiser on draft. It's kept cold from the brewery to the distributor to the tap. You can't get a more refreshing Budweiser than that.
I thought I was supposed to tip you.
You still can.
There are car radios. And then there is the voice recognizing, text out loud reading, turn-by-turn direction giving sync system in the all-new Taurus from Ford.
Please say a command.
Read message.
Highway 8 closed.
Update route.
Turn right on Silver Road.
We speak car. We speak innovation. Introducing the all-new Taurus from Ford. Drive one.
The difference between guilt and innocence.
You trying to cover up a crime?
No.
You lying?
Is written all over your face.
The president specifically asked for you.
You do know I can tell when you're lying, don't you?
Lie to Me returns with all new episodes this Monday after House on Fox.
Back in San Francisco, top of the ninth, with the Cubs leading 5-2. Chicago getting ready to face its 5th different pitcher of the afternoon. Ball ripped foul by Micah Hoffpauir. It is Merquin Valdez who is on the mound, 27-year-old right-hander. Valdez on for the 48th time this season. The ball misses. Valdez and his wife Claudia just welcomed the brand new little girl into the world on Friday morning. Little Layla, congratulations to them. Hoffpauir over the head of a leaping Uribe into center. Hoffpauir now 2 for 2. Back earlier in the game, they had actually given Fred Lewis an error, but they have changed that since then. Well, it's time right now for our Holiday Inn game-changing play. Happened early in the game. Jake Fox, and we're not picking him just because of his last name, but here with a 2-run single with the bases loaded just over the glove of Kevin Franson. Cubs would tack on another that frame, and they have not looked back. Holiday Inn, signs of change are everywhere. A Jeff Baker who has been pretty quiet this afternoon, 0 for 4, but he really delivered the blow that shook this franchise on Thursday night, and they really have not recovered since that 9th inning 2-run homer. He was down in the count against Brian Wilson, 0-2. 2-run shot gave the Cubs the lead and the eventual win. It was a night where the Giants, had they held on, they would have closed to within 3 of Colorado in the NL wildcard chase. And you can say this, and they've been fighting and clawing and scratching, as Bruce Bochy told us, but that has got to leave a mark.
And Bruce Bochy said it left a mark. Top 5 that's hurt the most in the regular season. And he mentioned, he went back to the one many people talk about, those home runs given up by Trevor Hoffman to the Dodgers.
Yeah, 4 straight homers. A game that was eventually won in extra innings by Nomar Garciaparra with a walk-off homer. He said that stung as well, but right now, if things don't change, San Francisco is going to fall further back in the wild card chase, and for all intent and purposes will be pretty much done. Ball misses. It's 2-2. Well, just as Lou Piniella really feels like his team is not that far away, Bruce Bochy and Brian Sabian and the crew here in San Francisco's got to feel, just because of the starting staff alone, that they have a chance every night out. It's just, what do you do with the offense? We'll see. Ball fouled away.
When you can plug the holes in the rotation, then you work with your offense. But, you know, ask teams like the Yankees, the Red Sox, how many starters did they take in the spring training? They're about 7, 8 deep. And right now, they're trying to find a 3rd starter for the playoffs. That's how tough it is to plug those holes in that rotation. So San Francisco's in a very good spot.
That's a rotation in Boston that started the year with Brad Penny in it, who's now here in San Francisco. John Smoltz, they knew that he was going to be ailing. He came back in June and then got cut loose, but has caught on with St. Louis. But you look at the starters, where they rank. Top of the line, not only throughout the National League, but all of baseball.
Take that base and go from there. Get those boys some runs.
Ball gets away from Posey, and Hoffpauir is going to trot down to second.
Well, for Posey, young catcher, welcome to the big leagues. Didn't get down enough, but they got his counterpart behind the plate. They got CB Bucknor.
Well, we're going to have to get him some room temperature water. Make him feel a little bit better.
Yes.
Where's Joey when we need him?
Sorry, with all that protection, it hurts, man.
Hey, good job by C.B. Buckner. He's wearing the mic for us today. Didn't even say a word. That's a tough guy back there.
Well trained.
You and I'd be in the fetal position, crying for mom. Terrible. Ball hit right at Garco on a line. One down as Baker's now 0 for 5.
Willie Mays, the great giant. Right here we see the statue. Well, Willie Mays welcomed my father Manny into the big leagues in 1962 by saying, Manny, I see you during batting practice. You're working so hard out there in center field, but I want to tell you something, rookie. While I'm here, center field, you don't work out there.
What was your dad thinking?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. I'll move about 30 feet to the left here. That'll be good.
He said it was almost like a welcome moment to see how he reacted. He goes, after that, he took me to center field himself and worked me out.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, the Say kid's still around this team quite a bit. We saw him in the clubhouse yesterday. What do you think it's like for some of these kids that are in their early 20s to walk in and see a living legend like that? Reed Johnson, a two-hopper to Uribe. Well, don't forget about the ALCS right here on Fox. Historical moments like Adam Kennedy's 3-homer game. How about the bloody sock of Kurt Schilling? Oh, the Red Sox and the Yankees. Are they going to tango yet again? Bodies will be flying? Who knows? You have to tune in one place right here on Fox. Game 1 of the ALCS returns Friday, October 16th. More memories and maybe a walk-off homer or two. Who knows?
Well, one thing for sure, you got some great matchups looming. Red Sox, Yankees, Angels, Tigers, and the Twins are right there in the Central.
Well, the Twins start the night 2 games back of the Tigers. Those two teams will meet in Detroit for 4 games starting on Monday. A critical series. Soto rips one past Velez. Hoffpower will score and make it 6-2 Cubs. Soto with his second RBI on the day.
It's almost like Soto looking over the Lupinell and saying, is that the swing you want? Well, why not? Look at it. Repetition of what we saw the previous at-bat when he lined out to center field in the 7th inning. Approach that ball rightly, let it get deep on you. It doesn't matter how hard that pitcher throws. Great piece of hitting.
Fold looks at ball 1. Sam Fold just 1 for 2. That's because he's had a pair of walks. Still looking for that elusive first RBI, Jose.
Hey, maybe he'll do it from the guy running at first base, Soto. Big gaps here, 421 over to right center field.
Now, hold on here, Giovanni Soto. Does he look like the Molina brothers? Look like Usain Bolt out there on the base paths? He's not a speedster.
Chris, all I can tell you is a lot of strange things happen when all these corners are cut up over there in right center field.
Gotcha. Well, there's a ball hitting not quite to right center. Randy Wynn is under it, and so the RBI for Sam Fuld will have to wait another day. On to the last chance for the Giants, down 4.
It looks like nothing else on the road right now, proclaims GQ magazine.
Did you see that?
The interior positively oozes class, raves car magazine. Slick and sensuous, boasts the Washington Times. The most striking VW in recent memory, declares...
Okay, I get it already.
I think we were in a car commercial.
Kentucky
fried chicken.
It's great for tailgating, right?
Memorial Day, Mother's Day. It's grilled.
Grilled.
Today's good.
Tuesday.
Wednesdays.
Any day that ends in Y.
It's delicious.
It's all good.
You've got to taste new Kentucky Grilled Chicken. It's marinated and grilled to perfection for that 5-star fall-off-the-bone taste you just got to come in and try. Now try new Kentucky Grilled Chicken in a 2-piece meal for just $3.99. Taste the unfried side of KFC.
In the city of brotherly love, they support one another like brothers. Last year, it earned them a World Series. This year, they're even stronger, welcoming new teammates like family. Now they'll try to do something that hasn't been done in nearly a decade.
And things are going real well right now in South Philadelphia.
This is beyond a defending champion. Watch the 2009 postseason on Fox and TBS.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Last up for the Giants, unless they can tie it and force extras or get 5 and win it. They're going to have to do it against the Cubs closer, Carlos Marmol. Not a safe situation for the 26-year-old right-hander. On for the 77th time this year. Named the closer back on August 18th, taking over for Kevin Gregg, who struggled with the home run ball in his 4+ months in that role with Chicago. Fred Lewis 0 for 1. Pinch hit and struck out in the 6th.
And even though, as you mentioned, technically not a safe situation, but for his manager, is shut the door. Now is not time to work around anybody else but the best guy I have in that bullpen.
And there is a strike. Tonight on Fox, don't miss back-to-back episodes of Cops, followed by an all-new America's Most Wanted. All starts at 8/7 Central tonight right here on Fox, where viewer discretion is advised.
With Marmol, you know, he can become a premium. I'm talking just lights out closer. One thing that he needs still, just fastball command, because sometimes he falls in love with that slider, and one after the other after the other.
There's a ball hit out to right. Fukudome. The shades on, and there is one away. How about a little more sounds of the game with our umped up Mike, CB Buckner.
Hey, how do you get hit in the kneecap? I got hit right, you know where the shin guards meet? So when I bend, right there. So I got hit right in the kneecap. How does that happen when you have shin guards on?
John Lester could have used that last night out on the mound.
Not allowed. He's hurting though. That's all you could say after the game. It hurts.
By the way, if you're scoring at home, he's not an umped up mic. He's a mic'd up ump. I'm new to this English language thing.
It's not easy behind the plate. A hot day. All the stuff under that uniform. Hey, umpires don't get to sit down between innings.
No, that's true. That's true. Just remember, Jose, I like it at room temperature, just like CB Buckner.
So do I.
If you've learned one thing from today's game, if you run into CB on the street,
presented something.
Yes. Give him some of that high quality H2O, but at room temperature.
He's done a nice job back there.
Randy Wynn pinch hit and doubled to lead off the 7th, but pretty much the way the Giants season has gone, he was stranded at 3rd. Hey, next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, it's the final weekend of the regular season. We're going to bring you all the biggest and best games that actually mean something. Will it involve the Red Sox, who are basically going to the wild card? The Giants, who are down in San Diego? What about the Tigers, who are trying to hold off the Twins? All we can tell you is we'll be somewhere with a game with playoff implications at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Where? On Fox. Well, Giants down to their final out. Eugenio Velez, 0 for 4 on the afternoon. Looks at strike 1.
not forget about those Atlanta Bravos.
One earlier today to close within 3. Colorado in the NL wild card. And now the Giants are going to be 5.5 back. The Cubs just 6 back of the Rockies after the 6-2 win. Tom Gorzelani, your winner. Barry Zito, your loser this afternoon in San Francisco. Cubbies win at 6-2. We'll be back to wrap things up from San Francisco right after these messages from your local Fox station.
Parkinson's has given me something I'm truly grateful for. The chance to make a difference in the lives of millions of patients.
The Michael J. Fox Foundation does not just fund research, it funds results.
By finding the science that will lead to breakthrough treatments.
And speed progress toward a cure.
The Michael J. Fox Foundation
and Fox Sports ask you to join our team.
Because it takes a major league effort to strike out Parkinson's. Please go to michaeljfox.org.
We're asking people why they like shopping at Blaine's.
Farm and Fleet has the brands that he's looking for.
Good selection of pretty much anything.
And I can just come here and get the lowest price.
I find value at Farm and Fleet all the time.
Right now, save on a 4-pack of Shoreline one-coat semi-smooth roller covers, just $2.99. Philips Marathon Mini Twist energy-saving light bulbs are only $1.99. And get 4 tubes of Red Devil 35-year window and door caulk for just $5.
It's a better value at Farm and Fleet.
Real people, real reasons to shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Quality time on the road. The Chrysler Town & Country, with unsurpassed fuel economy in its class. Now get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on Chrysler Town & Country. Log on to learn more.
This Monday, catch 2 of television's most fascinating characters on one night.
That's the spirit.
First, House is back with all new medical mysteries.
My hands, they're on fire.
And the moment you never expected.
I quit.
Then, Dr. Cal Lightman is the world's top expert on deception detection. But you won't believe how far he'll go to get to the truth.
Say something!
Lie to Me, the season premiere after an all-new House this Monday at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Fox tomorrow. It's the return of all-new animation domination. Thank you. All new, all night.
Some Hollywood idiot hired me to star in a movie.
Wow, okay, this is ridiculous.
Animation domination returns tomorrow at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Oh, yeah.
Cubs a winner over the Giants, 6-2 your final. Aramis Ramirez, his 15th homer of the year. Tom Gorzelani with 5 solid innings for his 7th win. Well, sports continue on Fox this weekend tomorrow with Week 3 of the NFL. Check your local listings for the game and the time in your area. Coverage begins with America's #1 pregame show at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. And next week on Fox Saturday Baseball, presented by Budweiser, we're going to have all the games with postseason implications. Please check your local listings for the game in your area as well. Next Saturday, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. Jose, Cubs have won 6 of 7.
Well, Lou Piniell's going to feel very good about the way his ball club is performing, but it really came down for the Giants, unable to get the big hit, and also a subpar performance on the mound.
Well, for more on this game and all of Major League Baseball news, log on to foxsports.com, powered by MSN, the world's favorite sports site. Jose, it's been a lot of fun. Thanks, partner. Appreciate it. For Jose Mota and Ryan Dempster, our third man down on the field, I'm Chris Rose saying so long from San Francisco. You've been watching Fox Sports.
Falcons, Patriots. Fox NFL Sunday. Tomorrow in HD.
This has been a presentation of Fox Sports. Home to the All-Star Game. The American League Championship Series. And the World Series. America's grand game is on Fox.
We are Fox Sports!
4 meals under $4, that's a good deal.
Steak burger, good, fresh meat.
So much glorious, meaty goodness.
Salty sticks of brilliant
cheeseburger, French fries.
There's a little crispy edge.
All the steaky juiciness comes out.
If you eat it correctly, there's going to be a spot or two on your shirt.
Your favorite steak burger meals and even chicken fingers, all served with our thin and crispy fries. 4 meals under $4.
Under $4, full stomach. I will go for that every time.
Steak and Shake. Life needs flavor.
Green, green, gotta go to Green.
If you want the deal of a lifetime, you gotta check it out. Only at Green's Regional Used Car Superstore. Try this 07 Chevy Impala LS or this 07 Pontiac G6 for only $10,888 or just $209 a month. And with all vehicles fully inspected, $400 to choose from, and 3.9% interest, you gotta check it out. Now at Green's Regional Used Car Superstore, Avenue of the Cities in East Moline.
The office is branching out. They're professional.
If Pam wants to show more cleavage, she should be able to.
They are attentive.
I feel very blessed.
And they're delivering the goods 5 times a week.
That's what she said.
The Office.
Weeknights at 10 on Fox 18.
Your Uncle Charlie only likes a certain type of woman.
Mom calls them tramps.
2.5 Men. Weeknights at 6 on Fox 18.